Hey y'all, welcome to Game Day with Heavy Cardboard, where we teach, play, and discuss medium and heavy strategy board games, war games, 18xx, and today featuring a redesign of a classic Saint Petersburg 2nd edition, designed by Bernd Brunhofer and Karl-Heinz Schmiel. Close enough, we'll go with it. Published by Z-Man Games and really a number of other folks. So I'm your host, Edward Euler, happy to be joined by a kind of some new faces, some old faces, basically a motley crew here.
Hi, Adrian from Mile High Game Guys.
Which has been on the show a number of times.
Excited to be back finally.
Good, good to have you back, man. Banker Dave.
Banker Dave.
Right, playing as...
Banker Dave.
All right. And for the first time, somebody that we haven't seen in our group in a while here.
Yep.
Skylar.
I'm Skylar. I'm in the area.
Local.
Play a lot of board games.
Right, part of our game group. So, thanks for joining me, fellas. Thanks, everybody, joining us both live around the world as well as after the fact. So, a couple things. St. Petersburg comes with a host of different modules, and we normally play with what is, I think, generally accepted as the two base modules for the expansion, which are the Banquet and In Good Company. So we're going to include those today. They modify the game in a very small way, so it shouldn't be an issue for anybody that's watching the show. Also, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be playing the 2nd edition, which includes the Market expansion, which actually is part of the 2nd edition as opposed to the base. Honestly, at this point, us having played this a number of times, especially Banker Dave and myself, there's no reason to not play without the Market in the game, I think. So, that said, let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? All right. As always, I'm going to take the chat and the player windows down while I teach, but after that, we'll go ahead and bring them up. All right? Cool. So this is St. Petersburg. So our job as players is to purchase cards to get a money-generating engine going, and then to purchase other cards that'll be out here, such as aristocrats, buildings, market cards, that'll score us all victory points, and hopefully have the most victory points at the end of the game. So before we get into how to play, a quick description of what y'all are looking at. So obviously we have the main board out here, which is where it's going to be what you guys look at for the most part. You guys will also be able to play along with my tableau as we go. So we have 5 different decks of cards. We have the worker deck, the market deck, the buildings, the nobles, and the exchange deck. Then over here we have the market and the market value tile that is there. All of our markers are stacked up here. We have the victory point track, as is usual, around the outside. We also have the noble or aristocrat in-game scoring track, which is going to be down here, as well as conversions that happen at the end of the game. So now I want to show you guys some examples of the various cards. So on my tableau, which is what you guys are going to see here, we have worker cards, market, building, aristocrat, and some of the upgrade or exchange cards. So on the various cards, what you're going to be looking at is in the top left corner here is going to be the cost of the card to be able to purchase from the market. We have possible for the worker deck, we're going to have exchange markers or symbols, in which those are going to be in order to be able to exchange cards. And then at the bottom we have the income, which it's going to be either money or victory points, or in the case of some of them, money and victory points. There also may be instances with the upgrades, and it might be a little hard to pick up on the camera, but there's a little box around the number here for the upgrade deck that represents that these are the upgrade cards that are available. So I'll go more up on those, or more over those as we go along. All right. So then, so the symbols on the actual decks represent which round or which phase of the round we're in, whether it's the worker, the market, etc., etc. So down here at the beginning of the game, we're going to deal out these 5 cards, which represent who's going to go first. So if I get dealt the worker one, I will take the worker symbol. Okay. So whenever the worker phase begins, I will be the first player, and then we will go around the table from there. At the end of the round, we're going to pass all of these to the left. Now we're going to be playing a 4-player game, so that means one of the players, probably Skylar, since you're, well, actually, yeah, it's your first stream, you're going to get 2 of these symbols, so you'll go first in 2 of the phases. Then at the end of the round, you're going to pass your symbols clockwise, and so that'll rotate who goes first around each round. All right. So the game takes place over an undetermined number of rounds, with each round consisting of the same 5 phases, always in the same order. So each round, it'll go worker, market, building, noble, exchange, do it again. We're going to deal out 8 cards to begin. So there's only going to be, because we're playing 4 players, we're going to deal out 4 worker cards out here. And then after the very first round, or the very first phase of the first round, we will always have 10 cards to choose from, regardless of the player count. Once one of the 5 cards or decks of cards runs out of cards, that triggers the end of the game. We will finish the entire round, meaning we will go all the way through the exchange, and then at that point, then we'll go into final scoring, and that triggers and see who wins the game, okay? So, as I said, starting with the hammer symbol, and then going around in clockwise order, you have 4 options on your turn. So I'm just going to throw some cards out as an example, and we're going to shuffle all these at the beginning of the game because I took some out. So what is that? 5, 6, 7, and 8. This is what the game will look like at the very beginning of the game. Whoever has the hammer symbol, and let's say it's me for argument's sake, I have normally 4 options. So I can either purchase one of the available cards that's out here on the market. To purchase it, everyone starts with 25 rubles. The game comes with paper money, but yeah, no, poker chips. So if you purchase a card, the cost is going to be in the top left. So this card would be 5 rubles, 3, etc., etc. Okay? If you purchase the card, let's say I take the Shepherd, which is the most disturbing card in the game. He looks real happy behind that sheep, just saying. So if you choose, if I pay, so here's what this would look like. So I'm going to clear out all the example cards. So I pay the 5 for this. So I pay the 5 to the bank, cool, and this goes immediately into my tableau. Here, the end. Okay, that's option 1. The next option is I can either pay 0 for this card and then take it into my hand. Here, all right? Or I can play a card from my hand into my tableau, having nothing to do with the actual main board itself, but at that point is when I then have to pay the 5. So if I say, hey, I'm going to play this to my tableau, cool, is to simply pass. Now, if I choose to pass 5 rubles at that point, good, done. Or the last action that I can take is to simply pass. Now, if I choose to pass, Dave buys a card or he does an action. Let's say Skylar does an action, whatever that is. Adrian passes as well. It comes back to me. Even though I passed on the previous turn, I still have the same 4 action or options on my turn. The round or the phase ends when all 4 of us pass sequentially, okay, in order. So if I choose to pass, hoping to come back in, and everybody else passes, that's the end of the phase, okay? The exception to the options on your turn is the very first phase of the very first round, meaning when the game begins, you must purchase a card twice. So you will always, so all 8 cards will go away at the beginning of at the end of the first phase. That is the only rule in which you don't have a choice in what you must do. You just have a choice of the selection of cards. Cool?
Okay.
Good? Cool. All right. Easy enough. All right. So next, at the end of every phase, now, players are going to be able to score and get income at the end of every phase. So let me point something out. Whatever the active phase is, we're going to tap or turn 90 degrees, whatever phase we're in, because the cards will have cards from all the different markets out there, from the worker deck, from the market deck, the aristocrat, the buildings, etc. So it's easy to forget, wait, what phase are we in? So at the end of this phase, meaning we all have passed or there's no cards, which then means we all will pass, we then all do a scoring/income phase. And what that is everybody will get the income and victory points that are on the bottom of that phase's card. Okay, that's really important. So even though, let's say this is my tableau, let's say here. We're at the end of the worker phase, which is the green phase. I only am looking at green cards, meaning I will get 6 rubles from the bank, the end. Easy enough, makes sense? So these cards, it's almost as if those don't exist at the end of the green phase. Cool? All right, good. All right, so the worker phase, or the worker deck, the building deck, and the noble or aristocrat deck all work essentially identically between them all. So I'm not going to go through. You guys will see them as we progress. It's the same thing. The important thing to know is the building deck tends to have more victory point focused cards, okay? And the nobles can have both, but also mostly income here, but there are some that have victory point as well. And I will, oops, that should not be there. There we go. In addition, the nobles are the only group in which there's going to be final scoring. I will talk about that more here in a little bit when we get in there. Okay? So that leaves us the exchange deck and the market deck to talk about. Okay? So the exchange deck we'll talk about first. Those cards do not have their own color, which means that at the end of this phase, there is no scoring in income because they don't have their own color. It's a mix of nobles, it's a mix of buildings, and it's a mix of workers, okay? This exchange deck all has to do with upgrading the various cards. So they have this box around them, as I said earlier, and give you an example of the different upgrades. So let's say in my tableau, let me give a better example here. In my tableau, I have the following cards. Yeah, there you go. This is out here in the market. I say it's out here, I'm going to purchase this card. So I take the senator. I then, because I purchased it, I put it in play immediately. It can upgrade any noble or aristocrat that I choose, okay? So when I purchased it, the difference, I do not pay the 12. I pay the difference between who it is I'm upgrading and that to a minimum of 1 ruble. It is possible that I had this card out here and for whatever reason I choose to upgrade it, quote unquote, with a lower value card. If I do so, I still have to pay 1 ruble. It's always a minimum of 1 ruble to do so. When I upgrade, I then replace the card that it's replacing, and that goes up here into the discard pile. Okay? So then, the blue cards also upgrade, wait for it, blue cards. Upgrades can never upgrade upgrades. So it can only, if it has a box, like this one does, that is not allowed. Whereas this one can be upgraded there, again, paying the difference, okay? If I chose to select a card from the board into my hand, I don't have to pay for it until I put it into play, okay? I always have those 4 options, right? Buy a card, play a card from my hand and pay for it, then pass, or
Put a card.
Or put a card in your hand. Thank you. Last but not least, I want to talk about the upgrades for the green deck. So here, the green cards all have a symbol underneath them, whether they are the base worker deck or whether they are the upgrade cards. So if I say, hey, I'm going to take this and I'm going to try and play it out into my tableau, it must match the symbol as well. So this guy has a little carpet, this guy has a little axe, he has, it looks like a gold nugget. I cannot upgrade him to either of those, so it then would go into my hand until I can upgrade. Normally you're not going to take an upgrade unless you can upgrade it, but you get the idea. That's the prerequisite for upgrades. Any questions on the exchanges?
So that's the main difference then between, even though these both give you the same benefit, the difference is
And
the symbol
usually,
for the upgrading.
correct. And the exchange cards usually are going to be better than what it is that they're upgrading.
And I assume
Right.
the possible exchanges for the 6-cost guy are probably better than the possible exchanges for the 5-cost
Exactly.
guy.
Right. Yep. So, any questions on the exchange deck?
Not so far.
All right, easy enough. So I'm going to try not to get these too mixed up. So I'm going to give those to Adrian to work through those. And then we're going to talk about the market phase. And we'll wipe those as well. And if you'll throw some out there, some are here. Just throw a couple of market cards out here to show y'all. All right. So the market phase. Players are going to be rewarded for selling goods at the market. So this whole part of the board didn't exist in the first edition. I assume that the reason they introduced this was to offset the dependence of the nobles, which this was the main scoring in the game, and now this gives kind of another path, okay, to go down. So there are 5 different goods symbols, as you guys can see right here. So there's chicken, there's grain, there's apples, fish, and produce or lettuce or cabbage. Each market card that's going to come out here has 1 to 3, or actually 1 to 4 different symbols on that. So for instance, the vegetable basket has 2 lettuce symbols on it. Again, same 4 options as always. If I purchase this card and put it into my tableau, I then, obviously, I will pay the $4. I will get 1 income at the end of the round. And in addition to that, I go up 2 on the lettuce track. So if I bought that, I would be at 2 on that. Pretty simple, right? Pretty self-explanatory. These orange cards only cost 1, but they get you a bump of 4 up the various tracks, whether it's, apples, so on and so forth, right? Pretty self-explanatory on that. If for any reason a player replaces a card, though, with a market symbol on it, again, with the upgrades, or for whatever reason, it reflects immediately on that. So if I had this in my tableau and I had this in my tableau, and the 4 apples, so in this case, I go up to the 4, and when we get to upkeep on this, I choose not to keep this, and that goes into the discard, I immediately drop back down 4. Right? Pretty obvious, right? Okay. At the end of the market phase, which works just like the others, we're going to be buying cards, putting them in our hand, whatever. At the end of the market phase, there's market scoring as normal, but there are 2 different market scorings. 2. So you're going to get whatever's on the bottom of your card, income, victory points, whatever, just like normal. But at that moment, we're then going to pause, because anybody that has these orange market cards in front of them in their tableau has a decision to make at this point. So we will have gotten our income for everything for all these, but then we pause and then we have a decision to make. So this is my tableau. Let's say I have these. My choice is I either pay the higher number that's on the market, which this will continually increase as we go along, or discard this card. So I either have to pay 1 ruble immediately, and let's say I do, okay, I pay 1 ruble to the bank, I get to keep that card, nothing happens. If I elect to not pay that, I then discard this card, and then I go back down. Okay, easy enough? And then we score each individual market based on that scoring. So this increases as the game goes along. And Skylar, if you'll peel the top one off and show folks, so it'll just continue continually keep going up until we get to the last one. Once we get to the last one, that will stay there permanently for the rest of the game. So it will always be scoring. And so chickens will score 6 and 3 for first and second respectively. And it's always friendly scoring, meaning if the scoring were something like this, blue and green would both score 6 and nobody would score for second. If it were like this, it would be 6 for blue, 3 for green. And if it were like this, it would be 6 for first, 3 for green and black.
Okay.
Okay, cool, good.
And then you always pay the higher number, right? So
And
this-
you
this would
always,
be
so
$6.
in this case, right, exactly. If at that point, at the beginning of the next market phase, if it's 6, I either have to pay 6 rubles for this or toss it. That makes sense? Mm-hmm. All right. So at the end of a round, let's say for whatever reason, we have these cards left on the market. So we've made it to the end of the exchange phase, okay? At this point, 3 things happen. First, we're going to shift all cards that are left in the top row, or check that. We're going to discard all cards that are in the bottom row, which won't happen in the first round, obviously. We'll then shift all the other cards from the top row that are left down to the bottom row, and then then we pass all the wooden markers clockwise to the left. Then we begin a new round. So whoever then for the worker deck, whoever has the worker symbol begins. But in this case, Dave is going to deal out 10 cards, a max of 10. There are 3 cards left out here, so he will deal out 7 starting here over. Any cards that are left, and let's say at the end of the worker phase, those are the cards that are left. We would score or get our victory points and get our income just like normal. We go into the market phase now. He's only going to deal out 5 cards because there's always going to be an option of 10 cards out there.
Okay.
That makes sense? That clear?
Mm-hmm. And you can buy those at any
Yes, and these are available, but with a discount, which we're about to talk about. Okay?
So if there's 10 cards in the market at the end of a phase for some reason, no one buys anything.
No cards come
No
out.
cards come out.
Yep,
Okay.
exactly, right? All right, so there are 2 last notes here. So there are price reductions, which I just alluded to. Bottom row cards, if you buy them, you get a 1 ruble discount. So in other words, a 1 ruble discount of 1 is 0, but you must pay 1 as a minimum, right? This would cost 2, this would cost 4. In addition to that, if you if you choose to take these into your hand, you do not get a discount because how do we remember when you pick those up and where you pick them up from, right? In addition to that, every copy of the same name card gives you a discount of 1. So for instance, let's say it's my turn and I say, you know what, I'm going to buy this card. Okay, so I'm going to take it from the market, going to bring it over here to my tableau. Well, I already have a fur trapper that's already out there. So this will cost me not 6, but it'll cost me 5. The next time I buy a fur trapper, the next one will cost me 4. And in addition to that, if there is a fur trapper down here, they're cumulative. So I get a 1 discount for this, and then I would get another discount for having that, so that would actually only cost me 4. Cool? So they're always cumulative, all the discounts. Okay? Just remember, it's to a minimum of 1. You must always pay 1 ruble. So the end game now, the game ends when one of the decks is empty. We finish the round. We make it to the end. Players get victory points based on the number of different nobles that they have in their tableau. And this, I cannot stress enough, is the most important scoring in the game. So you'll notice it's much like dominant species with the bonus scoring track as well. Once you get up to 7, you're looking at 28, 36, 45, 55 points. You have to invest in nobles. I cannot stress that enough, okay? After we have finished this scoring, then players are going to exchange their rubles, 10 rubles for 1 victory point, and then every card left in your hand will lose you 5 points at the end of the game. You have a max of 3 cards in your hand. There is a rule breaker that is in the deck that allows you to break that. And there are a number of special cards in the various decks. We'll just go ahead and cover them when they come out. It doesn't make sense because it's just TMI right now. And that's pretty much St. Petersburg. So any questions locally or on the stream? We're going to go ahead and reset while you guys think about that and ask any questions.
The only question I had is you mentioned that if we run out of cards up there, the round ends. But if you have cards in your hand, you could still, if we ran out up there.
Exactly, yes.
And can you play a card from your hand that you picked up in that round, like as a stall tactic?
Absolutely.
Pick it up,
Absolutely.
wait a turn.
You have, every time it's your turn to act, you have 4 options. Buy a card.
Yellow.
Buy a card. There you go. Try this again. You have 4 options. You can buy a card, number 1. You can put a card from the tableau or from the board into your hand for a second option. You can play a card from your hand to your tableau. Sorry, green deck. Or pass. Every time it becomes your turn, you have those 4 options to your at your disposal.
If you have 3 cards in your hand already,
then you cannot
there's
take
no
another
replacement
card.
or
No,
anything
you
like
cannot. Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up. If you have 3 cards in your hand, you can no longer ever take another card into your hand until you've played that card. So there will be no discarding unless you get a special rule breaker that allows you to do so.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
One more question.
Sure,
So
shoot.
The like card discounts, do those apply to upgrades? Are the upgrades all unique? If you play 2 cards of the same
I
name, you get a
think there's
$1 discount, right? I'm just asking if that applies to the exchange/upgrades.
That's a really damn good question, and I will if we get there, I will
If we see 2
cover
with the
that.
same
Yeah,
name,
exactly,
sure.
right.
And money is tight.
Yeah, and of course money is tight, right? We all start with 25 rubles or 25 heavy cardboard chips, as it were. Okay, so we are ready to go. We, Adrian, if you will randomize turn order, sir.
And we need
Oh,
to
actually, I'm sorry, never mind. We do this.
Yeah.
I forgot.
shuffle them up and shuffle and deal.
Yep. 8 cards, remember, for this right now. Going forward, this is the only time you will ever see only 8 cards out here. From this moment forward, regardless of player count, it's 10. Okay?
So these are strange symbols, right, that we haven't seen?
Oh, okay, these symbols represent the market. Same thing,
so
so
they're just-
grain. The question mark that is here, when you put that into your tableau, you have a decision to make. There are 5 symbols. Those are the 5 available. You take one of the markers and you place it on there, and it's that symbol, and it
then
cannot
there's
be
only-
exchanged.
and then there's only 4 available after that.
So go ahead, Skylar, choose 2. Everybody else choose 1.
This one.
Okay.
And then you turn them in for the wooden
Yep,
pieces.
and now turn them in. So I will go. I have that one. Dave gets that.
Mark it in noble.
Okay, there and there and
Last
there.
one for me.
So literally, that is the only use of those 5 cards. Those go back into the box. There we go. Cool. All right. Space Monkey. Yeah, I mentioned that. Any negative scoring for holding cards in hand at the end of the game? Absolutely. Right here, it's 5 points you lose for every card in your hand. Okay?
What is that first box in parentheses?
Oh, this is just telling you that you do your score. Your scoring.
Oh, okay.
That's for nobles.
That's
Yeah,
just
for
the-
nobles,
okay,
right?
that's
Yeah,
the
just
nobles, right.
this represents this. Same thing. Okay, so we tap this deck to show that we are in the worker phase. Dave begins. He drops the hammer. So Dave, go ahead, begin.
Because we're playing online, I'm putting my marker.
They can't see it.
Oh, they can't?
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
So just FYI, I am playing yellow. Dave.
Oh, I'm black.
I've got green.
And I'm blue.
All right, there we go. Cool. So Dave, you must buy a card
Oh, I
on
know.
the first time around. Okay?
So
the first
what-
2 times.
So what I'm looking at is 2 things. I'm looking at the cost. I'm also looking at the ones that are paired because I will have a second chance to buy them. And there's not many pairs, so
Right.
I will go.
All right, so you'll pay your $3 to the bank, putting it in play, boom, done. And you guys, like I said, will follow along with my tableau, And I actually, yeah, you guys will be able to see it, and usually you want to be able to see what everybody's tableau is doing. If I zoom out too far, though, you guys can't see the symbols. And that's a good point in time to remind you guys that if you're not watching it 1080p 60, you can, if your stream will handle it. Okay? Cool. So, Skylar, you're up. Purchase any card that you wish.
Yeah.
And like I said, this is the only time, the only phase in which you must buy a card per the rules.
I think might be screwing myself over, but it's fine. I'm gonna take the.
Oh, you got a bank over
Oh,
there.
yeah,
You're good.
Perfect.
So
I'll take the
6. So
boy.
Fur Trapper.
Yeah.
Okay. And Adrian.
I'll go 5 and take the shepherd.
Gave that one to you.
There's such a disturbing picture. It really is. You know what? Why not? Since nobody else is doing it.
We'll do the 7.
Yep, I will be the shipwright or shipbuilder. So I paid 7, and actually, why not have a little flexibility? So I'm going to take that. I purchased that card, so I'm going to get 3 income. But in addition to that, I have to choose a symbol in which to go with. And you know what? I like chickens, so let's go with the chicken. So I will then put the chicken symbol on there, and then because I now have a chicken symbol, I'm crushing everybody in the market. Awesome. Now we go again. And Dave got paid 4 for, what is that, a gold
miner.
Okay, all right.
Oh, of course.
Yep.
Pay
No, yeah,
5
no worries.
for one discount.
Right.
For the second.
There you go.
Fur Trapper.
And
Yep.
I'll spend 4 for the second shepherd.
And I will pay 6 for the shipbuilder. So there we go. So now,
You get a-
so there's 6. I will get a grain. So I'm, all right. So I paid more money, but there's that.
Gonna get
So-
2 points.
Right. Potentially.
Well, maybe, right,
Potentially.
'cause we still have to go
So
through
at
that
this
phase.
point, now it becomes Dave's turn. Obviously, we have no options but to pass, so
Pass,
everybody
pass, pass.
passes,
Yep.
and now everybody's going to get their income. So I get a total of 6.
6 for everyone, in
Yep.
fact.
Yes.
Which isn't always the case, right? Because
No,
Exactly.
it totally will change. So now we go into the next phase, which now it's 10 cards.
And we are no longer required to buy any cards.
Correct. From this, Dave, you're killing me.
I'm sorry.
every
You just
single
doesn't
one,
even-
except for the last
doesn't
one.
even
That's,
care.
that's funny. That's funny. By the way, place your bets now, guys. FYI, do not pick me today. I'm not going to do well. Hashtag good teacher, I assure you. Okay. All right. So we are in the market phase. So now, who has the market?
I do.
All right. So Skylar begins.
I don't know. Your initial move seemed good.
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
Well, you guys didn't give me much option, so
Fair.
I mean,
Looks like Wilco already voted for Dave. Which is probably the smart choice.
it really is.
Probably
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Skylar and I are learning first time
Yeah,
out
Ban-
here.
Banker Dave's a shark at this anyways, so he is the right choice.
Yes.
All right. This
All right,
chick is too adorable.
all right. So you got a
And I get a
chicken,
chicken.
and you were green. All right. And remember, you have a hand size of 3.
Correct.
Okay.
All right, I will spend 3, and I will buy
Couple of
This-
grain
triple green.
or 3 grain. Holy cow. Okay.
No other benefits, though.
Yeah. So you sacrifice income for points
Points
for that,
directly.
right?
Yep.
Let's see here. There's not much by way of veggie tables, so I will go ahead and spend 4 to get the vegetable basket and go up 2 on the lettuce. So there. And actually, I will go ahead this way. It's a little bit more organized for y'all. Do it like that. So I need to pay $4. So there's that. And I will get 1 income, and I went up 2 on the vegetables. Dave? And now, remember, never have to, 4 options, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I think what I will do is looking at this board.
Marcel's picking Skylar. He with the curly hair.
I'm
Aw,
gonna
you
take
jerk.
a chicken,
A little chickadee action. All right, so
and it cost me 5.
So Dave is black. So we're all tied there.
There you go.
So I'm looking at the board and saying, okay, I can get a point there, but I really like to have the market guaranteeing me income. So
Right.
I always look at that.
Okay. Money is good. Money's always good, right?
It's rarely bad.
I'll take these fish.
Okay, so up 2 on the fish for Skylar. Green.
The fish basket.
All right. And we can here
Yeah,
since you guys
consolidate.
Yeah, there you go. And again, I do want to stress, nobles are very, very important.
Right,
sure.
So you're going to get income and victory points from the market because victory points from the track, income from the bottoms of the cards. These tend to be mostly victory points, and then these tend to be both, but more income. Okay.
Okay.
I think that I would be remiss to not go ahead and get some fish with some income on them.
Okay.
The fish club.
Let the fish flow. All right, so I actually will go ahead because the price for the upkeep right now is relatively low. So I will go ahead and pay 1 for that. So I'll bump up 4.
Right
I mean,
choice,
why
I
not,
think, yeah.
right? So that will then go out there. Cool.
Pass.
Okay. Skylar?
Probably should pass, but it's just so tempting.
This game does that to you.
It makes you want to buy everything when you really should be buying
Shiny,
nothing.
shiny.
Yeah, right.
Oh, totally.
All right. I'll pass as well.
Okay, Adrian?
Well, actually, I'll take this into my hand.
Okay, all right, good enough. So that's free to do so.
Yes.
And remember, the more cards that are left in the market, the less that will come out for the next
Sure.
phase as well. And I'm not trying to just
Yep.
making you guys aware. Okay.
I'll spend 4 to take that second fish.
Okay, and I'm happy because that's the one I actually wanted because of the income. I will spend 5,
I go up on fish.
Go up
and
1 grain.
I go up 1 grain as well. So there, so I will put that out there. Paid my 5, so just to show folks. All right, so now it goes back to Dave.
Pass.
And now Skylar has the choice.
Yeah, do I want to play
Because he
this?
has a card in hand.
Well, see, yeah. I mean, tying you here matters not at all because it's worth 0 points. So it doesn't really seem like
So
there's reason to
hold
pay
on to it,
$4
sure.
to get $1.
Okay, there you go.
I will pass.
And I too shall pass. So we are now done. We all have consecutively passed. So everybody get your income first and foremost. So for me,
2.
I'm looking at 3 rubles.
3 for me as well.
4 for me.
Let me fix something real quick. Okay. All right. Cool.
Want to deal out the houses?
There we
Dan?
go. All right. Not yet.
Oh.
Not yet. Because now
We have to
we
score
actually
the
have
market.
to score here. So everybody except for blue. So everybody but Adrian scores a point for the chickens.
Yep.
So all but blue.
Pescatarian.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Then it looks like now Adrian joins us here with the grain. I score for the apple. Blue and green. So Skylar and Adrian both get fish.
Yellow gets cabbage.
Nope. 1 point, not 2.
No, that was 1. We were both at the
Oh,
1
okay.
already.
All right.
No, so we should be.
Oh,
at 2
you
now.
should be at 2, tied with me.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I missed.
And
saw
then
the board.
I jump ahead with the lettuce.
Did you pay for your...
And that's what I was just going to bring up was, okay, I now have before I score for the apples, before we score for that, I have to choose whether or not I want to pay for that, and I will, so I get to keep it.
Yep.
So there, so now we're legit. That's where we're at the end of the market phase.
Does this come off at the end of
Yes,
the
and
round?
yeah, now's fine.
Because it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we go into the building phase.
Full up on buildings, too.
Yep, all 10.
Clearly, we've made horrible mistakes.
Wow, I can't believe all the markets are coming out.
All right, so we'll go ahead and talk about the cards a little bit here since these are a little bit different. Okay, all right. So first off, we have the Coffee House. So this is one of the special cards, kind of. This at the end of the building phase, all your nobles will get you 1 income per noble card that you have in play.
Interesting.
Okay. The market, obviously, you can see what those are here. The pub allows you to spend $2 into 1 point up to 5 times if you wish to use it. There's 2 of those. And then there's Potemkin Village, which is from one of the expansion modules. You pay 1 to put it into play. It doesn't get you anything. But when it comes to exchanges, its value is 4. And there's another higher value one of these in the deck as well.
Sure. So it gives you a big discount if you upgrade.
It gives you a discount of 3 when you upgrade.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Cool. So now, who has this one?
I do.
Adrian.
Okay. So Adrian's first. Oh wow, that's weird. It
Yeah.
actually will go in cloud. Interesting. That's pure random.
Except for the next phase,
it'll
it'll
jump
come back
back.
to me. Yeah.
Right,
But other
right.
than that.
All
Okay,
right.
cool.
Well,
Because the order of these is constant, right? Once they're decided.
Yeah.
this is
Once
how it
we've
goes.
selected out
Right.
here. Yeah.
So whoever has these will always go first in both the market and the noble
Correct.
phase.
Yep. Now, in a 5-player game, obviously
Of course.
everybody will have 1 of each, or have 1 apiece.
Yeah.
5-player is tough.
It
'Cause
is.
one person always is out of the game early.
Well, because it's the same market, right? Like you don't get less cards or anything, so
Correct.
it's just way more competitive.
It just seems that way.
I
It's
can see that.
this is tricky.
And again, this isn't trying to encourage anything, it's strictly informational. The more cards that are left here, the less that come out.
Yeah.
Okay. And also note that these also have markets on them,
Yes.
on the top, those 3. Okay.
I will take the coffee house into my hand.
Okay, so the coffee house goes into your hand, sir. All right. I'll go ahead and pay 1 for the Potemkin Village to put
Sure.
that puppy into play.
So when can this action happen?
During scoring.
During market phase
Or
scoring.
during building.
Or building,
phase.
sorry, building
Yep,
phase scoring.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
There's an interesting discussion on poker chips versus tokens versus metal coins versus paper money, and just say no to paper money
Yeah, definitely say no to paper money.
Metal coins are fun.
into your
but
hand.
it's
Chips
my
are
hand.
more functional.
Yes.
Yeah, although even chips are a pain, like if you travel with your games, like I do.
Unless you get one of the little mini chip sets, which are a lot cheaper, they're smaller, and they're lighter, which the lighter is being the important part, right?
This game played with the paper money that comes in it is not.
It's
much
just
fun.
constantly moving
Yeah.
money, and it's just no good. I agree. And I guess I could show folks.
I just destroyed everything. My bad.
So here's
We
the
were on
paper
2.
money in this game.
Okay, so
It's
it's thick at least.
It's somewhat. I mean, it's kind of
It's
like
like
a
card?
thick. No, it's not quite card, but it's thick paper. But still, no, just no.
Yeah. I'll take this chicken market into my hand.
Okay, all right.
All right, I will take the lettuce market into my hand.
No, so here's a question. So I have a yellow card in my hand. Can I play that?
You can
during
play
this
it,
phase?
but
Okay.
it's not going to help you
Right, it
until we
won't.
get to the end of the market
Of
phase
course.
again.
Unless I had something like the coffee house, which gave me points or income for nobles.
Exactly. Yep.
Right.
I pass.
Okay.
Dave. So for those at home, are you able to follow along? Is it making sense for those that are unfamiliar? I'm curious, actually, how many of y'all have not played
I'm
Saint
going to pass
Petersburg?
also.
Okay.
There is no shame in passing because you want money for the
The
nobles.
question is, do I want to pay $5 for 1 point?
Right. And points aren't nearly as important now as getting an engine going.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, I'll pass.
I will also pass.
Okay, so we have all consecutively passed. So now everybody for
Scores.
your blue cards will score anything that's in your tableau. I'm the only one with a blue card in my tableau, and I don't get anything for it. So that's it.
All right.
So now we go into the noble phase, and we're only getting 5 of these puppies out there.
Oof.
And
0. Something special.
Yep.
Oh, we got 20.
Yeah, some of these can be expensive. Some
Yeah,
not so
all of
much.
them are.
Wow. Okay.
This till.
All right. So the controller, the judge. Let me remind everybody one other thing. This here is for different
Distinct
nobles. So if you have both controllers, yes, you would get a discount when you play it, but it will not count as an additional here. In addition to that, you can use one of these guys to upgrade them, right? Or to exchange.
Okay.
So these are pretty self-explanatory. The Mistress of Ceremonies, she gives you 6 money and 3 victory points. And then there is the black market. There are 3 of these in the deck, okay? Whenever you take a card, these go immediately into your hand, which means you have to have room for these purple special cards in your hand to be able to take them into your hand. And then on a subsequent action, you can then play it. So the black market says choose 1 card from the discard pile. You can either buy the card immediately, take it into hand, or just return it back into the discard pile.
Go ahead.
Okay?
So those
cool.
are cards people have used for... The only way things get discarded is upgrades or special powers, right?
And at the end of a round, anything
Sure.
that's on the
Okay.
bottom. Also note, all these purple cards do not go into the discard. They're out of the game once they're used.
Okay.
Okay, cool. All right, so we're back to Skylar for first.
I'll
on
take
this.
with my whole stack.
Okay,
I'll take the controller.
okay,
And I'll do the same.
okay. Well done. That's
We saved the perfect amount of Adrian completely
Yeah.
intentionally.
Really fortunate.
I see no reason. I have no cards in hand, so let's change that. I will pay 0 to go ahead and put the black market in my hand. Options are nice.
Listen, Dave over here. Can you
The
you
frugal
can get
banker
the
Dave.
the lady, right?
Yeah,
You're not
he
going
could,
to though.
but
I could. That's a lot.
It is
Yeah,
expensive.
An extra $3 though for an extra buck and an extra point.
Well, it's
every round.
the yeah.
Oh,
I am going to actually buy the judge.
Okay.
okay. Which seems illegal, but you know, who am I to judge?
Of course.
See what I did there? Okay, back to Skylar. And remember, you still have access to these to buy them, put them in play, whatever you want to do.
Right.
Just trying to decide if I'm screwing myself over by taking her into my hand.
You're limited because you
Right, that would be
cannot
my last
take
card. But I mean, these I can play next turn, and then do I just like bide my time, play her as soon as possible? I think so.
Okay, all right.
I will pass.
I too shall pass.
It all passes.
Okay, and Skylar?
And I have to pass because I have no money and my hand is
Correct. So now everybody, I have no red cards in my tableau, so I don't need to bother switching cameras.
I do.
All right.
So I
I
get
do.
5.
Yep.
I get $4
And
and
1
a point.
point for blue and green.
So everybody is tied at 3 points now. All right.
Adrian and I are trying to have the same score.
Yes.
Okay. So let's see here. Marcel asks, are you going to Essen this year? Absolutely. We leave on the 20th of this month. Cannot wait. Okay, so a lot of people have said they've played the first edition, but they haven't played the second edition, so that's kind of cool to see. Okay. So good. You guys get to see how this changes things and see whether or not this is something you enjoy. Personally, I think it only adds to the game, so it's only going to be a benefit.
So does this market deck not even exist in the non-market
Correct. The
version?
yellow deck,
Yeah.
there's only 4 decks in this aspect. If we flip the board over, which we'll do at the end of the game, we'll show what the original looks like. Obviously, the artwork's different and such.
So we've
Tap
got
that. Change those two, please.
Yes.
we've got 3 building upgrades. We have the upgrade for the wharf. Notice the symbol, and
Yep.
we have the
Ah.
upgrade for the lumberjack.
Okay.
What symbol is that?
So
Ships.
that, yeah, which that works out for me.
The
right?
lumberjack doesn't give you anything except it gives you a bonus when you're buying blue cards.
Okay,
Yep,
that is
it's
what that-
$1 discount
Also
or
gives you
1
3
reward.
income though.
Okay, right, as well.
Right.
So, are the upgrades clear?
Yes.
Do those make sense to y'all? Okay, cool. So I I am first, so I have. Okay, cool. So I will, since I have the shipbuilder,
Nice.
it kind of makes sense. So I am actually going to go ahead and take this into my hand for right now. So I will just put it there because I don't need to upgrade it right now. And remember, everybody, there is no scoring and no money at the end of this phase. We don't get anything until we get back to the end of the green phase.
Sure.
Okay, cool. So Dave, you're up.
Taking this into my hand.
Of course.
What's the guild hall do?
Yeah,
So
agreed.
okay. The guild hall is up to you know what? Actually, let me double check that.
Well, what it gives you a choice between either taking
Oh,
points
4
or
points
money.
or $4
Oh.
during each score. Interesting. It's not bad. I pass.
And Adrian,
Yeah.
take your time. There's no rush. In any combination,
Oh, okay.
You
So
want-
divide that 4 up across.
exactly.
awesome.
Yes. Yep. And that's from the In Good Company expansion. Okay.
I will
And-
take the Peterhof into my hand.
Okay.
Anything that's not taken will move down to the bottom row.
Correct. And then we will only get X amount of cards left. So right now,
Okay, we're getting
we're getting 3 green cards.
right. 3
Um,
worker cards, you mean, right?
Green cards. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
green.
yeah. Right.
Okay.
Yep.
I thought you said green.
Um. All right, so here, just for the camera, those are the upgrades right now, and those are the blue cards.
Sure.
Okay, so just to differentiate. That guild hall is awfully nice, and I do have the Potemkin village. I do have a fair amount of money. 5, I could. It might be risky, but I'm going to fill up my hand. I'm going to take the guild hall into my hand. So I am maxed on my hand right there. Okay.
That's what all the cool people are doing.
Right,
So don't worry
obviously.
about it.
Dave?
Well, knowing what is going to happen next turn, because everything's going to pass, there is now 4 openings, so
Going to
I
be
will
last.
I'll be getting last, but I will be able to get 1 green card. And
For sure.
You'll at least
For
have
sure.
some say in one green
Yes,
card.
right.
Yes.
it doesn't do me any good to take something in my hand, because all that does is it gives the person who has started Skylar.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so here.
Another
So
one.
folks, so Dave is currently the hammer. He's going to be last. So right now, there will be 4 green cards that come out. So if he takes another, he's giving Skylar a second green card potentially, because
Potentially,
Skylar will be
right.
first, right?
Right.
Okay. That's pretty clever.
Cool.
See, again, shark. So
Pass.
you pass. Okay.
Yeah.
Skylar,
I think I am also going to.
Adrian,
Pass.
and I too shall pass. So that will end that. Okay. So now we go into the end of the round. So we untap that. All of these will
Untap
drop
everything,
down.
right?
Oh no,
Or-
we're good.
oh,
We're
okay.
good. No, untap it. We're good.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we begin. We pass all the markers to clockwise. Okay. All right. So now the green deck begins anew, and we have 4 out there.
And sorry, the game ends when a deck runs out, not when
Correct.
all the cards are purchased.
Correct.
Okay.
So if this were the last card of the green deck, boom, we would finish the round, and then that would be
This
the
is
end
the
of the
last
game.
round of the game.
This one here is
Yes, the Czar
is
and
every
Carpenter.
upgrade.
So this is a special card from within the deck right here. It costs 8 rubles. It has an income of 3, and it features all worker symbols, which means it can be upgraded by any green upgrade.
and it also gets market.
And it does for the market, right? Okay, cool. All right, so Skylar begins, sir.
Yes.
So you have 4
I do.
rubles
So I can only purchase that one person.
because there is no fur trader out there.
Yeah. Adrian's in good shape this round, though.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that.
I mean, spending 4 to get 3 doesn't seem
Not a terrible
Too
idea.
terrible,
Yeah.
so-
Oh, sorry about that.
no worries.
All right, Adrian's going to take a shepherd.
It would, yeah, I think, be a no-brainer to pay 3 to earn 3.
Right, because he has 2 shepherds already.
Yep.
I will take a shepherd
All right.
So I will pay. Hold on. I will take the shepherd as a denial, and I'll because what I could do if I wished is I could have upgraded one of my shipbuilders to my wharf for the same 5, but I elected not to because I don't want Adrian to get all the shepherds because that's just silly. Okay.
Once he's paying less money than he's earning from it,
Right. Then that's a problem.
I would have gladly taken the shepherd.
now you have to
I
decide if
also
you want
couldn't
that
have
guy.
taken the shepherd. I maxed out here and I only have 1.
Fair
so-
point.
there you
Fair
go.
point. Okay.
So your hand's full as well.
Yep.
Man,
So
There's
all
my 8.
So everybody
Dave has 2.
Yeah, Dave has 2 cards in hand. I have, and everybody else has 3.
Yep.
Interesting. So now we go back to Skylar,
And I will be passing.
I pass.
and there's no discards yet, so I too shall pass.
Oh, I get to choose what I want to
Yes.
Yep.
What would you
So
like?
Everything but
Dave,
chickens.
there you go. Dave gets to choose any of these 4 symbols.
be. I will take an apple.
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
right.
So Dave goes up 1 on the apple because of the what was that? Czar and
Czar
Carpenter.
Yep.
All right, so now everybody will get their income for the green. So for me,
9.
I'm looking at 9. That's
Yeah,
helpful.
so
And
9
I'll
for
pay
everyone.
1 for 10. That's helpful. There we go. Cool. All right. So now
You
we're
see
into
how
the
money
market
becomes
deck.
tight very quickly.
Yep.
It feels so nice the first round, and then suddenly it's like, oh.
All right. So now a quick reminder that these will cost 2 rubles at the end if you wish to score them. Okay.
Yes.
So who's starting this one?
I am now.
All
starting
right,
this
Adrian
one.
starts this.
I believe
I can fly.
I'll take the cabbage for
All right.
5.
I'm pretty safe there on apples, so I'm considering taking it, but I don't really need it. But that would require me to pay 2. For upkeep, I'm already leading in cabbage, so I would be second in cabbage no matter what. You know what? I will pay 4. Yeah, I'm going to pay 4 for that market right there. So I will take 1 and put that in play immediately. And that will go over here with the blue.
Gives you an
so,
additional
and that
apple.
gives me an additional apple, exactly.
Well, I'm going to take the apple for 5.
Okay. So black goes up 1 on 5 on the apples, I mean. Okay. And Skylar? So really, these are costing you 3.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind,
Yeah.
okay? For this round.
I'll drop this market to go up on chickens.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess they can't really see what we have in our hands. and
They,
what
they
we're playing.
can't. No, they can't. Yeah. There you go. So he
There you
played
go.
that from his hand. Cool. Yeah, that's a good way to do it,
Yeah,
actually.
we should.
It's
That's a
funny.
good
So we
point.
have this great, 6 foot by 3.5 foot table, but to be able to make sure that everybody can see everything, yeah, a little tough.
It's a
but
struggle.
It is. The struggle is real. Eventually, we'll get to the point to where we have multiple streams. People can choose their own camera. Everybody will have their own Tableau camera.
Sure.
That's where we're going with this, but
That'll
we're
be
just
real
not
nice.
there yet.
That would be cool.
We're getting there. Do the blue card, Eder asks, do the blue cards get discarded at the end of the round? Yes.
talking about
So
the
at
bottom
the
round.
end of this, at the end of the exchange phase, anything that's on the bottom will get wiped and be put in the discard. So the game doesn't stay forever static like
Yeah,
that.
sure.
Okay.
I will pass.
Okay.
All right.
Let me see here. Where are we in grain? I'm second in grain. I'm first in cabbage. I'm okay with that. I pass.
I'm going to upgrade
Okay.
with the guide that I got here. And
Okay.
the reason for that is because blue is next.
Okay, that makes sense.
So it costs 4.
And
The And the upgrade is 3, so it cost me 1.
And it's important to note, let me see the lumberjack that you're replacing. His upgrade did have the axe symbol on it, so he can do so. So that goes into the discard. Cool. Skylar, back to you, sir.
Yes. I think.
So is the game making sense to
Yeah.
y'all here as well?
Yeah.
Cool. Good.
Brutal, but yeah.
It really doesn't open up till the next turn because
Yes.
of the massive blue card.
So
Right.
money is public, right?
Yes. Everything is public except for your hand cards, technically.
But since we've all seen them, they're
yeah.
basically
Right.
public too. Okay.
So here, so
Yeah.
you guys can see mine. I'm at sitting at 9.
Healthy 9.
Yeah, I'm rolling deep
yes,
compared
yeah.
to all y'all, right?
What's money again? I'm gonna pass.
Okay, Adrian. And yeah, it's a ways away. I mean, it's if you go onto our Patreon or onto pledgehc.com, you can actually see where that stands. That's pretty high up there. That's just ahead of Amanda becoming full-time as a producer for Heavy Cardboard. So, because it requires a business internet. It requires multiple business internets actually here because we can't do it all on one. I don't think it would require multiple setups, multiple computers, the capture cards, which would end up being thousands of dollars. It would be a massive undertaking, but it's one that we want to do if we get there. So the market will dictate whether or not we ever get there.
Right.
We'll see.
Of course.
I pass.
Okay, I too shall pass. Back to Dave, the last one taking action.
Pass.
All right, so we are done. So now everybody gets their income for the market cards. So I will get 3 income here.
6.
And out of that 3 that I made, I have to pay
2.
upkeep if I wish to keep my apples. So I have to pay 2 of the 3 that I just got, so I will keep 1 and keep my card. Nobody else selected those, which kind of surprising to me a little bit. So now that everybody has paid for their orange cards, i.e. me, so now we will go into the actual market scoring. So green is going to score 2, Dave?
I'm sorry.
Should we just do total for each player?
We can, sure.
No, no,
sure.
one
think
at a time
going
is
to each
easier.
one.
You think each one's better?
Either or, either
Okay.
or. So
White.
1 for black and yellow.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, then we have 2 for blue, 1 for yellow, 2 for yellow, and then 1 for black, and then 2 each for green and blue,
Oh, Adrian, you've ruined our
And-
similar score.
and 2 for yellow, and 1 for blue. Okay, so that's the end of the market phase. So we go into the blue one.
Totally changed.
Just do one. Pull these down.
No, because these count
Take up
still.
space.
Oh,
remember.
that's right. Wow.
All right, now the Observatory, one of the most popular cards in the game, in our experience. Not always, but definitely popular. So the Observatory, it costs 7, and it scores 1 victory point during each building scoring that you do not use it. Okay, if you choose to use it, instead of, for your action, if this is in your tableau, you turn it over to show that you've used it. At that point, you can look at the top card of one of the draw piles. So any of the 5 draw piles that are up there, you either immediately buy it, take it into your hand, or discard it. It's entirely up to you.
Okay.
So I start this. Oh, hey, that worked out well. I'll go ahead and drop my 7
Yeah.
and put it into play. Usually when that pops up, that's going to be snatched up pretty quick.
Yeah. Yeah. It's my favorite card in the whole game. Close, but no cigar. And the way usually what we do is we tap
Either
it to
tap
show,
it, turn it over, either or, right?
And
But
you
that
use it
is
during
your
that.
action for doing that.
Right.
Okay.
And you said you get the top card of one of the draw piles, right? Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
you look at, so I would take it, look at it, and I either put it into my hand, buy it, or discard it.
Right.
Which, having the black market in my hand right now also gives me the freedom of discarding it because I know right now I'm the only one that can do that.
Sure.
So even though there are a total of 3 black markets that may show up in the game.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I am set up to do it, so I think I will. I'm going to take this custom house.
Are you buying or are you putting it in play?
I'm putting it in play.
So that will cost 7.
-1 there
So
and
six.
-1 there.
So
is
show that card real
Ah.
quick. So he bought it from the bottom row. So that 8 becomes 7. This -1 becomes 6. So Dave cheating as always. Okay,
Of
Skylar.
course.
Just to keep it tidy.
I'm gonna pass.
Okay.
I am going to spend 6 to play from my hand the coffee house.
Okay.
Which now that I have nobles, it'll
Sure,
start
get you
earning
income.
a
Yeah,
little
that
bit
makes
of money.
sense. Yeah,
Sure.
hey, that makes sense to me. So I cannot. Yeah, I am going to. So I'm going to actually go ahead and use the observatory. So I'll tap it to show that it's been used. And I will go ahead and draw a noble. And I drew the administrator. Well, I will just go ahead and discard him.
Oh, he's so cheap.
Yep, he is, but I only have 3
Oh.
rubles right now. But that's okay. It's okay. I have a plan. So go ahead, Dave.
I'm crying. This is what I'm doing. Okay.
We appreciate that, Marcel, and no obligation. We do this because we want to. We're just those that can comfortably financially support the show. We definitely would appreciate it. So no worries whatsoever.
So I'm sitting here looking at Adrian holding the noble card.
Uh-huh.
There's 2 points left. I don't think anybody's going to do anything to help me, so I'm going to buy this.
Just to be able to get a new noble out because you will be 3rd.
Actually, I'm not even going to buy it. I'm just going to stick it in my hand.
Okay. All right. There you go. So now, because you're going to be 3rd on the nobles, this gives you an option of getting one.
Right.
Okay. Skylar?
I think I'm just gonna pass.
Adrian?
I will also pass.
I will not. I will go ahead and spend the black market. That will go out of the game permanently, and I'll go ahead and take the administrator and put that into my hand.
Oh, because your hand was full. That's why you couldn't
Exactly.
take it into your hand
So-
before. I see.
There you go.
Yep. Pass.
All right, pass again.
Pass.
Okay, so I too pass. So now we are at the end of the blue phase, so all your blue cards. So in this case, I do not get the 1 point for the observatory because I
I
used
get
it.
2 points.
I
1
get
point for green.
1 point for blue.
and 1 for yellow.
Or no, none for blue. None for blue.
1 for yellow.
I get 1
please.
money.
Thank you. There you go. Oh,
Yes.
nice. All right,
All right.
so that's the end of the blue phase. We now go into the nobles. This one starts with Adrian, secretary, Mr. Bean.
Again,
Secretary.
I figured it didn't matter if I let a 4th noble come out or not, since none of us can afford them.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
And I already have a very expensive one in my hand, so probably shouldn't be taking any more in there. It's on you, Adrian.
So there are different, quote unquote, famous folks in this game for the
The nobles.
some of the nobles here, and I'm trying to figure out the warehouse manager and secretary. I don't think.
No.
Okay.
I will take the secretary into my hand.
Okay.
There's not much you can do, right? Because you have full hand.
Yeah, but I'm trying to see if I can do an upgrade,
Sure.
and I cannot yet, so I elect not to take any.
It's hard to see these upgrade boxes. They really should.
They are thin. They are.
Change the color of the cost or
Right.
something.
Yep. That would have
Taking
been a.
that into my hand.
All right. That would have been a advantageous thing. So, Skylar?
So just a question that you guys may know the answer to. That 7 cost noble, is that the cheapest noble in the game?
No, there is a 4.
There's a 4?
There's
Called the
actually-
author.
There's a -1.
Oh, yes, the single.
There isn't, which, yes, I realize, or I'm sorry, he gets you -1 money, which he is, the sycophant. I'm trying to think, let me try and see there's a 6 upgrade.
He's -1, and what usually happens is when you get him, you stick it in your hand, and he stays there till the last
Till the
turn.
end of the round.
Okay.
And I don't know, 4 or 6, I think, is the lowest.
Cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
4.
That's
4 is
fine.
the
Cool.
author.
All right, good deal. There you go.
Tor's question there at the bottom. I had meant to ask about that earlier, but I forgot as well.
Okay, Tor, is there significance to the symbols on the 10, 25, 35 on the score track spots?
10, 20, 35, 50.
Oh, I think that's just marking.
No, they're
Oh, under here. Yeah, that must be something, right?
I
Or no, because there's ones in the corners too.
don't think so, but I will double check.
That is strange. They
I've
are
never
in
noticed
very
it.
specific
I've
places.
never noticed that.
Yeah, because this is on the 35. That's on the 20.
I'll look, Tor.
I don't even know what that symbol would be though.
But whose turn is
It's
it?
mine.
Okay.
I'm just trying to decide if I should be taking that noble into my hand or not.
Do you have room?
I have room.
Oh,
I'm the only one with room, and none of you have the money to take it. So like, it's on me here. If I don't take it now, it'll be.
They
in the
are
market next
obstacles
turn.
that are an optional variant.
Oh, that's right. That's right. They're speed bumps, which we never play with. I do remember that. Okay, yeah. So you have the modules, right? So there are a bunch of different modules. There's 6 or 7 of them. We play here with the first 2, which is on the left page and most of the middle page there. Okay. However, that's why we never messed with it. So the 5 real obstacles, as soon as your scoring marker lands on or passes a space with a real obstacle, you must check to see if you can overcome the obstacle. You can pass over the obstacle if it's overcome. You also receive the obstacles bonus. It has to do with one of the variants, one of the modules, the obstacles, which we just have never played with. So there you go. Cool.
Cool. Sorry.
Oh, I lied. It's just a variant by itself down here. Experienced players can choose to play with different combinations or number of bonuses and real obstacles. You can choose to play with 0 to 5 real hurdles, adding da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, we've never once played with an artificial speed break. So, there you go.
And I think I am gonna take this into my hand.
Okay, cool. I got you.
Going back to
I
full
continue to
hand.
pass.
I too shall pass.
I'm going to play that for $1.
Show the folks.
Oh,
For the
So
cabbage.
4 cabbage for
Black.
Dave. Black.
Suddenly out ahead.
Okay. All right. Cool. And Skylar.
And I'm going to pass.
I pass again.
I pass.
pass.
All right. So that is the end of the nobles. So I have no nobles, so I'm not going to switch cameras. So
Yes.
you guys get your income and victory points.
Almost forgot about that. 1 point for green, please.
1 point for blue. We're back on the same score thing.
There you
2
go. Yeah,
points.
we got there.
And I just wanted y'all
And
to
$5.
get a little closer. Hashtag good teacher. Yeah. All right. So
All right.
we got three.
Exchanges.
the gold smelter,
Oh, look, finally.
the builder, and the patriarch, who looks like
Wow.
Hulk Hogan.
So these are noble upgrades.
They are. So the builder, by the way, is Uwe Rosenberg, for those that care.
Okay.
No, it really is. Like that's him.
Sure.
And see if there. Nope, that's it. Okay, cool. All right. So starting with this, who is this? This is Dave. You're up.
Right.
No worries, Tor. No, I'm glad you asked that actually, because it's something we never play with in one of the expansions, and so therefore it never comes up.
I'm
Take
going to
the builder
take
in your
him
hand.
into my hand.
I am pretty happy that's one came up that I can upgrade to. So, I'm gonna pay $2 to take the gold smelter and replace my gold miner.
Okay. So the gold miner goes into the discard.
Yeah, so that just gives me one discount on nobles.
There you go. Nice. Adrian?
I believe I'm going to just pass.
I too shall pass.
I have no more room, so also will pass.
And I'll pass.
All right, so that is the end. So now, the end of the round. These get wiped.
Gone, right.
Okay, those go into the discard. The existing cards will now drop. Turn that, if you would. Pass the markers to the left.
And new cards come out.
And
Going first on exchanges just feels bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
So who's starting with this one?
I start.
All right,
Adrian,
nice.
I guess, is picking up a $2 shepherd.
Yeah, I'll spend 2 to pick up a shepherd.
Let's see. So gold miner here, just to keep it cleaner. There we go. Since there are no more shepherds, I will go ahead and take the lumberjack. It's essentially a net 0, so
Yep.
I will take that. So I will add him, pay my last 3 here. Done.
I'm going to take a gold miner. I already have one, so that costs me 3.
I'll be paying 4 for
The gold
a fur
sorry.
trapper.
Okay. Oh wow, he has 2 of them already.
Yep.
Keep them splayed out so you can see what they are.
Sure.
Yeah, the cost for you, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Adrian.
And then I will go ahead and spend 4 for the gold miner.
Okay.
Ed.
I pass.
I will also pass.
Great. And I'll pay 3 for the last trapper.
Told you. Hashtag good teacher. Adrian.
I pass.
I pass.
Pass.
Skylar.
Yes. So how close are we to the end? It seems like we're still pretty far.
We have a fair bit. Still
I'm
a
just
couple more
considering
rounds,
if it's
probably.
worth. It costs 1 to upgrade this controller into this guy and go from 4 money to 4 points. But I think it's too early to need 4 points over.
Keep
4
in mind,
money.
these will wipe at the end of this round.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. All right. I'm good.
Okay. So we all pass. So everybody get your income. So I'm getting 3, 6, 9, 12 for
I
that.
get 15 now as well.
I also get 12.
All right. So now we go into the market phase.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. No worries. We'll get there for mini there. Oh, look at that. All right. So we have a couple of the oddballs out there. So we'll start here, left to right. The money collector. There's only one of them in the deck, so that's the only one. Pay half the cost for a card and play it out in front of yourself. However, you see that little no victory point symbol on it? You place that on the card. You're not allowed to score victory points for the card, and you are not allowed to replace it. So it only gives you half, or gives you the income.
Okay.
But you pay half the cost.
Or if it's a market card, it gives you the market stuff.
Sure.
Right? So-
Yep. All right. Then there is the moocher. That's the only one in the game. Choose an opponent, then choose a card in his play area, and then immediately score rubles or victory points for that card. Meaning, I'm gonna say, hey, I'm gonna just get
once.
$5. Yep.
Okay. Interesting.
There you go. So it's just a quick influx of
Sure.
money or points. Okay. So this one starts with me now here in the market. However, I do have money now, but I have no room in my hand, so I cannot take either.
And we
of the
actually
purple.
forgot to.
Oh, good
remove
call.
this
Good
last
call.
one.
Peanut Gallery, you dropped the ball on that.
Come on, guys.
So let's see.
You can't take it and immediately play it. It has to go into your hand.
It must go into your hand, correct?
And I think we're all full.
That is actually a hilarious notion.
it
I didn't
really
even think
is.
about that.
I will.
Adrian, you're sort of rolling in money. Oh no, it just looks like you are because you didn't take enough 5s.
Yeah, I
I'm
took
gonna go ahead
mine
and take a
in
hen.
ones.
So
Alright.
I'll go ahead and buy the hen. So $4 straight out. and we'll go there. So here, so $4 there,
Earn 2 more chickens.
and 2 more chickens. Yes, sir.
There you go.
Taking the lead in the chickens.
Okay, next.
I'm going to play my warehouse manager.
Show folks. There you go.
It cost me 10.
If they see us there, Marcel, they can feel free to talk to us.
So, question.
It is random. Rescue Steve. Yes. Go ahead.
Can I use this on a card in my hand?
No, you have to
Pay
go
half the
into your
card
hand.
and play it out in front of you. Pay half the card. Yeah. Apparently you.
Yes, you can
Yeah,
play it
you
in
can.
the hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll pay 4 for my grain sack.
Show folks.
Oh, yes. It just gives me grain. It's
Okay.
very exciting. It's more than I needed to get a card out of my hand.
Adrian.
Well
Yeah. In the central area in Metropolis, there are 7 tokens and then 5 put out in the outer areas. Rescue, Steve. All right. Go ahead.
Yep. I will spend.
Oh, and if you use this to play a noble, that just eliminates the noble's victory point income, but it's still worth victory points at the end of the game normally.
Because it'll be a different.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Correct. Yep.
I'll spend 4. Take that.
Go ahead. All right. And that gives
I was
you 2
hoping you'd
hands.
take the chicken coop. Well, I'm worried that it's short-sighted, but I'm just going to try something different and just say, why not? So I'm going to go ahead and take the caviar.
Sure.
All right. So that's going to be 3 fish for yellow.
Going for the market win strategy, I guess.
We'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna pay 3 for that. So there. All right, Dave.
Dave's gonna be a
I'm
jerk.
going to
Steal
take
that card.
this.
All right.
Of course, I'm gonna take this.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we don't have our own
Oh,
booth.
actually, all your hands are full, so I don't have
Yeah.
to rush to take this.
That's true.
So, I'll take the chicken coop.
Okay. So 3 chickens for green. So up to 5. We're gonna ADC Blackfire is hosting us. We'll be there for a lot of the time. So Marcel, they can always drop by there. Adrian.
Yep. I am gonna do this, I guess, now.
Are you sure? Are you positive?
I'm positive.
Is it the right
Okay.
decision?
All right.
That's the question. I don't have an answer to that. I
Okay.
don't know if this is the right decision.
I'm gonna spend 5 to play from my hand this market card,
Sure.
and it gives me a cabbage.
That is the exciting decision.
That was exciting. Yes.
That's really risky if I do that now, but it gives me a little flexibility ahead of that. Yeah, I am gonna. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and, well, hold on. So I have a chicken and a grain. Neither of which, you know what? I am not going to. So never mind. I'm going to pass for right now.
I also will pass.
I'll take the moocher into my hand.
Adrian.
Can't let Adrian get
Yeah,
that.
and then I will pass.
Okay. Back to me. I pass. Dave
Pass.
and Skylar.
Okay. I think there's no reason to mooch just yet. The only thing I'm questioning is whether I should go up on the grain for a turn.
And it will cost you
It'll cost me
$3.
$4 total
Yes, it will.
to get 3 points. Whereas I'll be getting 1 anyway, so no, I do not think I will be doing that.
All right, so pass.
I will also.
All right,
pass.
so everybody get your income for the market phase. So I'm looking at 1, 3, 4. And out of that, I
4.
owe 3 for this, which I will keep. So I will actually only get $1
sorry.
of income
You're fine.
there.
I get 7.
I elect to turn that in.
Okay, so Dave is dropping
Going
4 on the
down on
cabbage.
the
Yeah, back to
Back
zero.
to 0. And
It was, all I wanted to do was make sure I got that noble.
Okay, all right. Mission accomplished. All right,
guess
so
so.
everyone's done. So let's go ahead, just for argument's sake, let's take a look. So we'll try it player by player.
Sure.
So green is looking at 3, 4, 5 points for green. Yellow is looking at 1, 2, 5, 8,
9.
11.
What? Oh, yeah, because you're tied for first. Wow.
Okay, then blue, 0, 3, 0, 4, 7.
7 for blue.
And black, thank you for playing. Okay.
No, black gets one.
Oh, it does get, I apologize.
Savage.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, so we go into
we're
the
on
blue
building,
deck.
Yep.
All right, Dave, your honor.
I'm just
Go
excited
ahead.
for nobles.
Oh, man, we did a terrible job of. Nope. Throw that into the middle there.
It may be blue, but
Right. Yeah.
That happens a lot.
Because you're
there's-
looking at the face instead of the back.
absolutely.
So.
Oh, come on. One more.
Yep, Wilco nailed it.
looking for?
Thanks, Wilco.
I'm looking for the warehouse.
Nope, no
Very
warehouse.
specific farm
All right.
planning strategy for
All right.
Dave.
All right, so Dave starts this one, and there's the second Potemkin Village. So 3 and 8 pay 3, but its upgrade value is 8, and the others I think are pretty self-explanatory.
Yep.
Well, I was hoping. I'm going to play a card from my hand.
Which one?
I am playing a second custom house, so it costs me 1 less.
Right, so 7 for that. -1 is 6.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. 'cause I
And he
still
has
have
his what
Fancy.
card is that?
that. Ooh. Actually, I forgot I had that. Because
My
that
bad
makes it. I didn't think I had enough money, but now I do.
So that costs
So
you 2.
it cost me 2.
What a
Yep.
shame. Damn. Yeah, I know.
Sorry, guys, that's my bad.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like Skylar was going to take it too.
I was
so
definitely
I
going
would
to take it, yeah.
And remember, it must be upgraded with an upgrade card, right? An exchange
Of
card.
course.
Right?
I am not interested in jumping on any of this immediately, I don't think, so I'm going to pass.
All right, I will take.
Oh, and clear the market value. There you go. Again, that's twice, you guys. Come on now.
Slackers.
Seriously.
I'm going to spend 5 to take that market.
All right.
All right, so you go up 1 on the grain for blue.
Nope.
Kevin says, shouldn't the grain just cost 0 since
Oh, no, yeah, Wilco took care of it. Yep.
Okay.
Everything costs at least 1.
Somehow, some way, I end up $1 short.
That sucks.
That happens a lot in this game?
Uh-huh. I remember I do have the observatory as an option but seeing as I'm pretty poor and I don't have any room in my hand, I'm going to elect to not use it, I think, right now, so I pass.
And now I'll play the observatory for 6.
Yes.
3, 6.
Okay. Skylar? The 0 cost cards are the exception to that, Eder. The purple cards that say 0 on them, those do cost 0. They just must go into your hand as your action. Then on a subsequent action, you can play them from your hand.
I will be.
You will be umming.
I'll be umming. How much money do you guys have? Like
I have
lot?
I have
Like
6.
A ton of money.
Dave has 1.
Great. So no.
Got 12.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out if taking the $5 and the 2 points is going to be the most worth it one. And
Well,
so,
it's either or.
It's either or.
Well, I just want money.
And it can be yours also,
Yeah.
your card.
I'm
So,
just going to take your $5.
oh, okay. So you take $5.
Yes.
All right.
No, and it cannot be from his own.
Oh,
it
it
must
can
be
be.
it must be an opponent's card. Okay. For the moocher. So,
Sure.
so Skylar, as his action, played this, and he got $5 from Dave's judge.
The
was it?
judge.
There you go. Cool. All right, and that's out of the game.
Yes.
All right.
That was the highest money card in
I
play, right?
I don't have
Because
anything.
whoever has the mistress has not played it.
It would have been me
Yeah, which
anyway.
is 6.
That may be why
I'm
I'm taking money.
going to
is
spend 9 to upgrade my market to the Peterhof.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So I lose a grain because that one's going away.
Right.
But I gain a chicken.
Okay. And $4 and 2 victory points now. Much better.
And because I'm starting with the nobles, I'm good.
Sure.
I pass.
I also pass.
No worries, Eder.
Trying to decide if I should put that patriarch in my pocket for later. Do you guys all have full hands? No, no one. except for
I
Ed.
do. I do.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what? No, I don't think so.
So you pass?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, I will.
Okay.
Taking that into your hand?
Yeah.
I pass. Dave?
I'm passing.
Skylar?
Pass.
Pass.
All right, so we're done. So everybody get your blue, score your blue stuff.
1 point for green.
And here,
4 points for black.
3 points for blue. And 5
2 for
money.
yellow, please. Because I did not use my observatory. All right, so we go into the nobles.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can use the observatory every turn.
Yes.
Yes.
I understand now why
The
that's
value
ridiculous.
of that, yes. Oh, there's an author. Another warehouse manager and yet another.
Another warehouse manager.
All right, so
Of course.
so I will get my first noble, which remember I did stress how important those are. Just hashtag good teacher. There you go. So I
Take
got my
that into my
Yep.
hand.
All right.
This one into my hand.
Fantastic. You are all just wonderful human beings.
There is a board behind you.
Add one of those.
Okay. All right. So it's your action now.
I pass.
A valuable turn from Adrian.
Oh, that's awesome. Looking at my tableau, I pass as well.
I'm going to upgrade
Okay.
this gentleman here. No, so the same cost.
So it cost
cost
one.
me $1.
So the warehouse manager will be discarded. Okay. And that's because you had a warehouse manager in your hand, so
That's
get
right.
rid of him.
And I
Okay.
think it's about time to throw out $19.
And here she comes.
And for one, because I pay one less for
Yep.
nobles, throw out the mistress of ceremonies.
There you go. Cool. Good. Adrian?
I continue to pass.
As do I. Dave?
I will pass at
And
this
I will
point.
also pass.
Okay, so everybody get your income from your red cards.
$10.
$10.
And just one. That's not good. Just
And
for
2
those scoring
points.
at home.
I get
for
4,
green.
so not much ahead of you. 1 point for blue.
And real quick,
And
during the
0 points
blue,
for yellow.
you did do.
Yes, I did.
What's that?
Good.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So we go into now. the-
Exchanges.
Yep. All right. So a textile factory, which I have to look that one up.
Something involving the worker symbols, it
Yep.
looks like.
I don't know.
That's a new
Maybe
one
for
on me.
each textile worker you
Double
get.
turn is
Oh.
pretty self-explanatory, and there's a merchant. All right, so let me explain these real quick. So first off, the double turn is immediately take 2 actions, one after the other. Each of the 2 actions gives you a choice of buying a card, taking it. It's same thing. So you get 2 turns in a row.
Good news, apparently going first in exchanges is sometimes good.
There you go. So the textile factory, I'm looking. Give me just a moment. I don't know that off the top of my head. So,
You get to start.
right there. You score 2 victory points during worker scoring for each worker in your play with the carpet symbol. Okay.
Okay.
So during the green phase.
Adrian.
Really?
Quiet over there, Skylar.
Your turn, Skylar.
Well, it's worth literally nothing to me. It's like I will not be taking that from Adrian.
Could have hate drafted.
It's not worth it.
Oh.
He doesn't have the money for it right now. So it's okay.
Not quite.
He won't have it for the next worker phase. So let's just end the game quick. So it doesn't do much for you.
I'm gonna take the merchant.
Okay.
So the merchant will upgrade the author for me. So a total of 2. So I will pay the 2. The author goes away, and it's obviously an upgrade from $1 to 3, and keeps it out of Dave's hands.
Which Dave would have been happy to do.
Yeah, I reckon he would have. And remember, these go away at the end of this phase, okay?
Sure.
Looking at this,
Thank you, Rob.
noticing where the hammer is, I'm passing.
Okay.
Um,
I am not playing
also be
well
passing.
at all.
I can't do
You're
anything to
ahead.
affect the hammer
Come
because
on.
I
right now.
I'm maxed out here.
All right.
So I
he's
pass.
ahead because of the market, which is
Yeah.
not the long term.
So well, it might be. We'll
Yeah,
see.
I've
So,
seen people win with the
I
market.
too shall pass. There is no scoring, so we are done with that. These wipe.
He's moved down.
Yep. Pass
Tony.
the markers.
Tony's
Have that
wife.
thumb up.
Tony's
Yeah.
wife, Robin.
Is a master of this game.
Oh yeah, I get 2. That's right.
All right.
All right. Wow. So it could be that next turn, depending on how the market ends up, the next turn might be the last one, or it'll be one more.
All right.
So this is either the penultimate.
Get that worker scoring out.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So
Starting
There's-
with Ed.
yep. Starting with me. Unfortunately, I don't. I'm going to be $1 short, and that is so gross. How, Eddie? Wow, I passed. That is so crippling. Okay.
I'm going to take a gold miner. I have 2,
$2.
so that's $2.
And I'll be taking a fur trader for $2
Yep. For Trapper. Yep.
for Trapper.
Oh,
I prefer trading. Not.
Right. Just trade. They're already dead.
Yeah.
Right.
Ooh. Got options and debates. So because I have a gold miner, the gold miner would be 3 for 3, as would the lumberjack. But I could maybe drop a little bit of extra to get the shipbuilder and go up on one of the market tracks as well, which I think seems like a worthwhile deal. I'll spend 7, and I'm going to take this one that gives me some fish.
Okay.
Ed.
Still passing.
well, I now have 3 gold miners.
So 1 for 3 seems okay.
Crippling. I am so bad at this game. I love it, but I'm so bad at this game. Skylar?
The shipbuilder is really tempting, but I'm way ahead on chickens, so it seems more worth it to just pay 3 for 3. Yeah, I'm just gonna pay 3 for 3.
Okay.
And on that note, I will pass.
I pass.
I will take the shipbuilder for
So
7.
black goes up 1 on, what is it?
Chickens.
Chickens?
Chickens.
I've
Cool.
taken care of it.
And Skylar?
I will be passing.
Adrian?
I pass.
I pass. Dave?
I'm going to pass.
All right. So get your income. So 3, 6, 9, 12 for me.
21.
Oh,
18.
yeah. See, and now you can see where now it's going to transition to me getting housed.
And I also get 21.
Yeah. See, I have played very, very poorly. Okay. So that's the end there. Moving into the market. And a lot of times this tends to be the deck that goes away.
Yeah.
Sure, it seems like it would
Right.
be.
And this game plays pretty great 2 to 5 across the entire player count. So,
That's awesome.
all right. So who's first here?
Dave.
I am.
Dave. All right, go for it.
Well,
Appreciate that, Rob. Thanks.
being I already have this card,
Seems worth
this will
it.
be my
less.
second one,
Yep.
so it's only 4.
And remember,
You get
the
one
card
apple.
name must be identical. Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Does anyone have a green sack?
I have 1.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. The actual name, Green Sack. I do not.
Okay.
I apologize.
I'll be buying the fish.
Okay,
basket
fish basket.
for
So
one
two-
less because I already have
2
one.
fish for green. And Adrian. So you guys. can
Oh
see
wait,
more.
actually, this may be a double turn moment,
Okay, if you wish, you can play that card, and
and then I get 2 turns.
you get that as being
and
one of them,
other
right?
card,
So you
right?
would have,
So I could take the green thing as well.
if you
Yes.
wish.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so he played this, did his first action, and then doing a second one.
Pay 4 for that.
Okay. All right.
Oh, sorry, pay 3 for that because I already have
Yep.
one.
Well, I think that makes it pretty worthwhile for me to go ahead and pay 5 to take this grain.
Grrr. Since I had one of those. Well, I have a vegetable basket, so I'll pay 3 for the second vegetable basket and go up 2 on that, please. Yeah. For what it's worth, we appreciate it, Rob. I'll make you a deal. We'll consider it once Amanda's full-time. Deal?
I'm going to buy this custom house.
Right here.
I already have 2 of them. I've got a card that's a -1.
So that'd be 5.
Just cost me 5.
Pretty worth it.
The rich get richer.
Yep.
So, and you notice that in this game that it very much, I mean, it's an engine builder,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So whoever has done a better job building their engine is going to do better. So here, hashtag good teacher. See, obviously. All right.
Yes. So the question is, do I pay $3 for 2 points? Oh, no.
And by the way,
Yeah.
since you guys
Maybe.
watching are unfamiliar
I'll
with
get-
Skylar, this being his first stream, Skylar's the only human being I've met in person that completely grokked PAX Renaissance. First time, no problem. Yeah, like obviously. So pretty clever, pretty smart dude. Damn him.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll take that.
All right.
So you give me 3 cabbage.
Yeah, I just wanted you or Dave to get it. That was the big deal to me. So, yeah.
All right. Well, I think then it makes actually some vague amount of sense. Maybe.
Yeah, I gotta get that out. Okay.
We are getting down to the make sure you don't lose lots of points
Yep.
time.
Well, we know it's going to go at least one more round as of right now, right?
You mean like the next round will either be the last round
Or the penultimate
Sure.
round, correct?
Yeah. I mean,
Which is one of the things in this game, because you've got to go, okay, well, I'm going to get my
I'll
points
spend 10.
here, but you
Make
better
that
get
5.
them early.
Okay, one less, right? Yep,
Yeah.
good. I pass.
I also pass.
and I also pass.
Okay,
And I will
so
now pass.
all right. So now everybody get your income for your market cards. So I'm looking at 1, 2,
So we're only
3,
on
4,
the
5,
4th
6.
turn of the game, and
Yeah.
it may end.
Yep. So $6. Now, does anybody else have an orange card other than me?
No.
No.
Just me. So my orange card, what I'm looking at is this will cost me $4 to keep that. That $4 is worth 4 points. I think looking at that, I think I need to keep it, so I will pay the $4 for that.
Sure.
I mean, 4 points is nothing to sneeze at. That's
No.
a pretty good card.
Well, that's the apples. You're looking at?
Yeah,
I mean, you dropped a second. You'd
Right.
get 2.
2,
So
but-
you're paying 4 for 2.
fair point, but I'm still willing to
Okay.
do so.
Okay.
All right, so now we do the scoring here. So we'll do the same thing. That seemed to work. So green, you're looking at what? 4, 8, 12, 14 points
14
for green.
I got it. What are we at? 19.
33. And then we'll start with blue here. So blue's looking at 2, 6,
7, 8.
8. Yep. Yellow, we're looking at 2. Nope. 6, 8, 12. 35.
23 to
Still
35.
somehow maintaining the
There
lead
you go.
right now. And black, don't short him, gets his 2.
2. That's right.
There you go.
All right, so that's the end of the market. Into the blue. A lot of blue coming out this round.
Very much. And we don't usually buy a lot of blue, so.
Okay, we'll get there. Another customs house.
Yummy.
Discard a card from your hand, I'm presuming? Or something like that?
Yes.
A market, a fish market. Wow, we're actually pretty low on blue, actually, as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, yeah, so
All right, so
next turn will definitely be the last turn if.
I
or
can't say that. It
not
depends
definitely.
what it's going to
It
be
depends
out.
on-
Second
so-
to last turn at midnight.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
people might not buy market cards
anything
because
even.
the cost for the cards
Right.
versus
Yep, no, you're right.
So there are 2 away with it, and it's exactly what Skylar said. You discard this, and you can discard another card from
Okay.
your hand. So it's a free get out of jail.
but you
I
need
don't
room in
lose
your
5
hand
points.
to take it.
Bingo, exactly. So who's first on this one?
It is it is me.
Okay.
My least favorite phase, and I'm first.
Kevin, I assume you're asking me regarding mass auctions for games, like how we got started, how we went from 6 games to 500 in our first year. Is that what you're asking me? If so, mostly BGG auctions was the main one, and then a couple of local conventions, and then stuff like the WBC convention. Well, I guess World Board Game Championship convention. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Gen Con has a massive one, but mostly it's BGG auctions.
I'll be passing.
Okay.
Only bought one
Oh, I'm
building this
sorry.
game.
We're
I'm
in
not going to
blue.
start now.
Okay. They're all blue out there. That's pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Cool. Hope that helps. Basically what it is I would do a ton of research on games. And then if I found multiple games in a single auction, then I would bid on those, trying to get them obviously at good prices, which saves on shipping. So that was the big thing. I mean, there was one auction, I think, it was a massive war game auction. I probably bought almost 30 games from the same guy. I mean, it was a lot in shipping, but it was a lot less because it was all one
Sure.
shipping, right? It was like 3 boxes. It was, yeah.
Crazy.
It was a good jump start to the collection.
Sure.
This is tight.
Right? And this is part of the joy of this game,
Right.
right?
I agree. I can see it.
I can also see how the game may not end next turn or the turn after.
Because if all
I
these
don't-
are out there,
Who's
exactly,
buying these?
right?
No,
Exactly.
Are you buying them, Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm buying one.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe.
Oh, in the trading house, you can change money into points up just once. Notice
$3 for 2
Yep,
points.
and that's only during the blue scoring
Right.
phase. Okay.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, Kevin, ours isn't really the biggest that I know of. We have a couple that they're up in the Fort Collins area, maybe, I think, have upwards of 25,000 games.
25,000.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest collections in the world. Now, obviously, that's an extreme example.
Sure.
But we have 800 to 900,
I'll
which
spend
is
10 to get the firehouse.
it's obviously a bigger
Because you
collection,
have
but
one.
it's
How many
it's
copies
not
of
massive.
No Thanks do they have?
Right, exactly, right.
20,000? And then they have 5,000 other games?
No. All right, so for me, I'm going to stay in-house for this turn. So I have this guild hall finally. So the Potemkin Village is worth 4 for the upgrade, so I'm going to pay a total of 9. There. So that goes away. Potemkin Village finally goes away. That goes into the discard. Now I get 4 points or money or any mix at the end of the blue scoring now going
Nice.
forward.
Custom house.
Oh, yeah. Your
It seems
favorite
like
card.
this is
Oh, we forgot it again. Good call. Yep, there you go. Good job, Brian.
custom house. I have 3 of them, and I have a card that subtracts 1, so it costs me 4.
You don't have to
Wow.
take that tone. There's no need.
Okay.
Remind me. I can't remember how this works. Can you tell me?
That's true. Rub it in.
I'm passing again.
Okay.
I will pass at this point.
Taking that away with it.
I think, right? Well, hold on.
Right now, one noble card is coming out.
2.
2?
Yeah, there's
Oh, yeah,
2
2,
holes.
of course.
Again, I am $1 short. The market costs 5. I have one market.
Yep.
Would cost me 4. How much do I have?
3.
Inevitably, right? So yeah, I actually 2, 3 points there. Do away with, All right. So who's the noble? It's going to be Dave. So I will take the away with it.
Okay.
I will pass.
And I'll pass.
And I actually will jump back in,
Take
Okay.
that market.
and I'm going to take that market.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
thinking
I
about
wasn't
it,
paying
but
attention to that, but that puts me up on a fishy there.
there you go. Join
That's
me.
another point.
All right. And you had a market already, so it's
Yeah.
only $4, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
All right. I pass.
I pass.
Pass.
All right, I pass.
Great.
Okay. So now, hold on. Everybody, score your blue buildings and everything.
I get 5 money.
1 point for green.
8.
Blue.
10 for blue.
Nice.
Wow. Well done.
28 to
Well
38.
done.
And
So for me, so I didn't use my observatory, so I've wasted this, but 2 points. But then I have this with $3 and the aristocrat or the nobles still to come.
Yep.
So I'm desperate for money, I think. So just give me 2 points.
Okay, and take $4.
Yeah, and I'll take $4,
Great.
which gives me 7.
All right. And now bring
Okay.
out the nobles. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oof.
Oh, yeah.
As much as I want a second one of her, it seems bad.
It's only 19 this time.
I know, it's cheaper, right?
All right, so Dave begins.
$4 for the author.
This game, I don't think is out of print, is it? It recently got reprinted
I
via...
think I saw the reprint was in like 14.
No, it was later than that.
Was it?
It was
15?
via a crowdfunding
Oh, interesting.
overseas.
I'll take a administrator to my
Okay.
hand.
I will pay 5 to upgrade one of my firehouses to the textile factory.
Okay.
And what does the textile factory do for you?
Oh God.
That means that during the worker phase,
He gets 2 points for
my,
text.
I get 2
worker.
points for all of my textile workers.
It's cool that that's the one that came out, right? Not the fur one
Yeah.
or the
Right.
gold
Oh,
one.
hold on. We're on the nobles, right?
Yes.
Okay. I actually will spend. I will spend
Messed
all
up.
7, and I will bring out the administrator. There we go. Done. And now I no longer have to worry about any cards in my hand, so there's that.
There you go.
Dave?
I'm thinking.
Actually, now I'm curious. Let me look here.
We'll get.
So what are you thinking, Dave?
Well, I'm thinking this. I'm thinking of taking the mistress, but also looking at cost versus, yeah, that's still 6 points. Okay. I'm going to take the mistress and use this card
No, to pay half for her.
and pay half for it, which
And
is
not
10.
care about her victory point value.
Exactly.
All right.
And that was a hard decision. I could have done this one for half also, but I felt
course.
like the money was there.
Yep. I will pay.
Maybe it is. I don't see it at Game Surplus at all either, so maybe it is out of print nowadays. Wow, if so, that's kind of surprising. Okay, all right. And apparently Skylar's right. Yeah, 2014. Wow. Time's flying by then.
Yeah, wow.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just thinking.
No, you're fine. Think out loud if you can.
I'm just thinking. Oh, well, so I have 3 nobles in my hand.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to figure out which combination feels the most worth it to me right
Okay,
now.
sure.
Because just they're $4, $3, and $2, but you're paying more for each. So I think I'm definitely going to play the administrator because he is the cheapest value for money. So he gives me $2 per turn
Okay.
for 6 because I pay 1 less for nobles.
Nice. And Adrian?
I will pass.
You know what? I got room. I'll take it into my hand. Done.
Okay.
Dave.
Looking around and seeing I have $0, I'm passing.
All right.
Okay.
I'll pay 9 for the warehouse manager.
Okay. And Adrian.
I will pass.
I too shall pass. Dave.
I'm going to pass again.
And
I will pass.
all right. So now everybody score your nobles. So for me,
6,
5. Not much,
$17.
$4 and a point.
1 point for blue, 4 points for me.
Wow.
Black, Black gets 2 points.
Okay. And
No, thanks.
None for you?
I'm all set.
great.
Who needs points? They're overrated.
Yeah.
Hashtag good teacher. All right. So everybody's saying they're checking online and it's out of print. I had no idea.
$190
Thumbs
on
up.
Amazon.
Wow, look, here's the fur that we've all been waiting for.
There we go. And note also that the bank has goods for the market. A grain. Okay. Wow. Okay.
All
I
right.
had no idea. Okay.
And
good to know.
Adrian, you're the thumbs up.
That's tempting. I think that I will go ahead and spend 2 to upgrade my firehouse to that bank.
Okay. So you will get blue goes up 1 on the grain. There. Okay. And I am not going to pass, but what I am going to do is in-house. So I have the wharf and a shipbuilder. So now what I'm looking at is which one do I want to upgrade with my $5 here. So I'm looking here. So I have chickens and grain. I'm already losing out on grain, so I'll drop 1 there. So I will then get rid of the grain, which I already did. So that becomes there, and that's a oh, you guys can't see that, sorry. There you go. A considerable increase for me. That just cost me my last 5, which I'm okay with. And shipbuilder goes away. Dave.
Well, I'm going to be first next time when it comes to the green cards. I have no desire to buy anything. Buy. Pass.
All right. Looking at these fur shops,
Yep.
they don't give me any more money than the fur trader,
But they give you
but
victory
they give
points.
me 2 points. So I'd be paying $8 for both of them for 4 points. Or I can upgrade my market to this and pay $14 for 4 points. So
That's a fair point.
it's definitely the better value, but I'm just not sure.
If you can get both fur shops.
Yeah, it's true. I don't see why any of you would be buying fur shops. Well, let me rephrase. None of you can buy fur shops except for Dave.
Sure.
Right. True.
I'll definitely buy one of them,
Okay.
and then we'll let fate decide if I
So that's
decide to
$4.
buy the other one.
Okay, good.
And this is
Yep, discard.
And I will take the Winter Palace into my hand.
Okay. And I pass, Dave.
I also pass.
And
Hold on.
oh,
I get so much money. It's probably fine to pay for this for points. So yeah. And now it actually only costs me because I already.
It's one
Oh,
less,
this is the
so
question,
it's 3.
right? So
It's
yeah,
one
it is.
less.
So it does cost me 3.
yep. And Adrian,
I pass.
I too shall pass. Dave.
I'm regretting not upgrading that guy.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Just to deny it, but yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, Casey. Wait, Heavy Cardboard streaming an out of print game?
Very strange.
Never happened before.
To our defense, now normally I'm okay with that, right? But this one was accidental. I really didn't know it was out of print, so I apologize, and I'm over it. Okay, so Dave, you
I pass.
Okay,
Pass.
okay, we're done.
We just have to get to the point where you have a big enough following, like some of the people, that if you review a game and it's out of print, it will suddenly be in print again.
That's actually that Capstone Games actually started. Their entire catalog of games is stuff that we have reviewed highly that was out of print that they have. So actually, that's already started. So
go.
that's kind of cool,
So maybe it'll be in print soon.
right? All right. So these two get wiped
These move down.
and pass the markers.
Oh, I get the
clockwise.
big 2 turn again.
Yep.
Let's see.
Will this be it?
Does not look like it by one card.
By one card.
But there's still the buildings.
There is
potentially.
There is. But so this is either the penultimate or the
Hey, you shouldn't be
ultimate.
sad. You're getting 8 points twice now, or even more than 8 points.
Maybe.
Okay, so Dave, you're up first.
Yes.
You know what would be cool right now? Just personally? Money. Just saying, money would be cool.
Hey, Edward,
Yeah,
play better.
yeah, obviously, I'm playing better.
Wow.
I have done an amazing
Savage.
job of teaching.
Yeah.
So,
And you're right there in it.
no, I'm not. I'm really not. Because right now I have 2 nobles against a high of 4. So you're looking at a difference
Yeah.
of 7 points right now, but
That's
I
what's
expect
probably
this to
gonna-
keep going up.
probably-
But everyone's
Lumberjack
going to
for
get all
3.
this money. I'm not gonna. Yeah, it's only going to get worse from here out.
I have bad news. Since I traded my fur trader, this now is back to being a 3-for-3 trade.
Oh,
Um,
I'm torn up about that.
yeah,
Hold
sure.
on. Smallest violin in the world playing "My Heart Bleeds for You."
yes.
Can we get Amanda to bring in some cheese to go with all that wine?
So the question is, do I just pay 5 for the shepherd? I think Adrian is close to my biggest competition right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I will be doing that.
Okay, so he's buying the shepherd. He looks awfully happy behind that.
Yeah,
sheep.
I don't think Adrian should get a 1-cost shepherd,
I
which
agree.
is worth 2 points in addition to the $3.
Yeah, totally right.
Well, I'll spend 3 then to take the lumberjack. No, or to pay 6 for a shipbuilder. I don't have 6. I got 5.
Your decision is made for you.
Pass.
Well, for traders, cheap. It cost me 6.
Okay. Here. There you go. You got it. Skylar.
Yes, I'm just thinking if I care enough about being tied for first in cabbage.
The other,
I
well,
still-
it's not just that you should be taking into effect or into account. If you think the game will end, you want to save money to be able to buy up market cards so that more of these come out. But that's
true.
up to you.
Yep.
I can definitely give you a hint at who's not helping you in that case.
I mean, I think I get the most money. Like, I get so much money that I don't think it's bad for me if the game doesn't
Okay.
end. I can
Okay.
just
Yeah,
make things
it
happen.
kind of it perpetuates itself
Right.
for sure. Right.
So, sorry, that was 10, so I should be taking 3 back.
And which shipbuilder would you like, sir?
I'll take the cabbage.
Okay.
I'm not
One
very competitive in
cabbage.
apples.
Okay. And Adrian?
I will pass.
I too shall pass. Dave?
That's an apple.
That is, in fact, an apple, and you are solidly in second right now.
Yes.
But you also do have a propensity for apples, so.
Yeah, that's true. So I'm going to pay 6 because I have one.
Okay.
Bring me up where
All right.
A pass?
Pass?
I pass. Dave?
Pass.
All right. So everybody, well, here, the 1 card left. Everybody get your income. So now I'm looking
27.
at 3, 6, 9, 12,
30.
15. I'm sorry?
30.
I got 27.
21.
15. and a point for yellow.
And
Oh,
8
really?
points for blue.
All y'all can go to hell, and this is just a general glory to Rome to all of you.
4 points for green. Dave, do you get any
No.
worker points? All right. Onward.
Okay, I probably ought to get my money, though. 9, 12, that's 15.
You might want that.
Yeah, details. All right. And who's first here?
I am.
All right. So black market again. You can dig through the discard.
Can I
remember?
look? Can I take
Yeah.
a quick
Sure.
quick peek?
Careful. Yep.
So I'm just seeing there is
Oh wow.
an author in here.
Okay, there you go.
So that is a noble I don't have that will be very cheap to build
Okay.
up. So I will be taking the black.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. So Casey says, I watched your stream of Brass Birmingham last night. The video was posted on May 7th, 5 months ago today. We had 162 patrons, so we've gained 310 in 5 months.
Wow.
That's pretty amazing.
Great.
So thank you to all our patrons. We really appreciate it. Still a ways to go, but we're definitely getting there. So check it out, pledgehc.com. I appreciate it. That's really cool.
That is awesome.
That's really cool.
All right, Adrian.
Where is Wallonie, Marcel? I'm unfamiliar with that.
I'm not really thrilled with any of these options.
Option better? I mean, it's right.
I will go ahead and pay 5 to take the chip.
Oh, my favorite. How could you?
And that way I just ever so slightly strengthen my second place thing on.
There you go.
That's unnecessary. All right, so I'm looking around at this. And
I will buy the other cabbage if you buy the cabbage. So
right.
don't waste your money.
So actually what I am going to do instead though, I'm going to buy the apple orchard for 3.
Just to
Insuring.
solidify your first place.
Yep.
Insuring, yeah. I'm going to play this from my hand. It's another warehouse manager. Cost me $10.
Okay.
I will pass.
I will spend $4 because I already have one.
Yep.
And I will take another cabbage.
Okay.
And now I will spend 5
Sure.
to buy the other cabbage.
Yep. That's fine.
And it also helps me because I know I'm not going to win. So I'm trying to accelerate the end of the game.
There you
So
go.
let me see how many. I'm curious how many there are. If
I
there
believe
are
there's 6.
If there are 6, then I assure you this will be the last round.
I'm passing.
Okay.
I'll black market the author.
Okay. Let me have the black market real
Yep.
quick. There you go. Okay. And Adrian.
Just to free up space in my hand for future rounds, I will go ahead and spend 12
Okay.
to
And
bring
putting
out that
out
secretary.
the secretary. Okay. So as I said, there are 6, and nobody is really helping me. So I'm going to go ahead and pay 5. Go ahead and get the apple.
The apple god.
Hey, we might be able to go 10 times.
All right.
Well,
so,
that also works for you because now you'll be able to trash your apple. but you'll still keep
exactly
first.
my
Save that
thinking.
extra
Yes.
money.
Yep.
That's smart.
All right. So Dave.
I refuse to play anymore. No.
Dave's leaving. All right. I will pass.
I pass.
And I too will pass. So now, everybody get your income. And does anybody else have an orange
What
card
phase are
but
we
me?
yellow?
Nobody does. So now, I have a big enough lead now in apples to where I will get my income and I'm not going to pay the upkeep for this. So this will be trash. So I'm looking at, there's a couple that are off screen here. So I'll try and organize those. So we're looking at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 income. And that gets trashed. So 9 income, I'll pay 1 and get 10. All right, so everyone's good with that. So
Yep.
let's go ahead. So we're at 5 and 2 respectively.
Yep.
So green, what are you at?
5, 6, 7, 12, 13, 14.
Nicely done.
From 42 to 56.
Yep. And blue,
I get
7,
2,
12,
7,
12.
12.
From
47
to
to
59.
and yellow, nothing, nothing, a big 5,
Another 5.
and 2, and so 12
Yeah,
total.
you don't get 2 here, right?
Oh, I do. Oh, good call.
10.
Good call. So it's just 10
And
to
so
48.
to 48. Yep.
And
Black
Dave,
gets 2.
get his 2.
Okay.
Hashtag good teachers. All right, so there's that. And the last 6, this will trigger the end of the game
Right, so
at the
we'll
end of this round.
Complete this round, and you.
There's the other observatory.
perfect timing.
Oh, I apologize. There is a third Potemkin village.
There you
I
go.
misspoke. Okay.
All right.
Oh, and there's your warehouse. So, Dave, you
What
want
does
to
the
explain
warehouse-
what the warehouse does?
The warehouse allows you to keep 4 cards in your hand when it comes out earlier in the game, it's very nice to have.
Yeah, it is.
Coming out at this point, it's
Remember,
probably not worth
quick
the points.
reminder, nobles, -5 points as well for any card left in your hand, okay?
Yes.
All right, so who's first here?
It's Adrian.
All right, Adrian, you're up. Take it.
This is less than ideal in many ways.
So here, we'll do this, just even though it's in there, just so folks can see which round we're in. There we go. Thanks.
Should we put it face up, maybe?
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. So folks know that this is the end. Last round.
Put it
So
upside down. So
There you go. Oh, good call. And this should have dropped 4.
Yes.
1, 2, but it wouldn't have changed because
No.
that's
And
why I got rid
this
of
would
it.
be removed. This is removed.
Right,
But
and then the rest of the game it would go there, but
we will not be having that.
right.
I think that I am in a position where what makes the most sense.
No worries, Christopher. Good looking out. Thank you. Man.
I'm going to spend 13. And I'm going to upgrade my coffee house
Really didn't do as much good as
into
we would
a
have.
winter palace.
Sweet. Get 5 points from that palace, right?
Yeah. And then that is
To the discard.
And for my turn, so we're in the blue right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't see any reason not to. So for my turn, I will go ahead and use my observatory. And I will go ahead and buy it. I drew well. I will
Nice.
get the author. So there for 4. Done.
Good for you.
Yep.
I'm going to spend $7 for the observatory. I wish it had come out earlier, but hey.
You'll get to use it once.
Yep.
So unless I have, this is just some out loud thinking, unless I have a building card in my hand, the Potemkin village is 100% useless, a building upgrade, because there's no way upgrading will score you points. Because you don't score during the
That's true.
upgrade
That's
phase.
absolutely true.
Yep. That's 100% right. Yeah. Good
Right.
call.
So-
yes.
Yeah, my punk.
All upgrades are completely, unless they have some special power that benefits you. they are
No, I won't say no upgrades. There are the noble
The noble
upgrades.
upgrades.
There are
Fair.
those.
Fair.
Okay. But
Uh,
yeah,
those will just give you more noble, potentially.
if you have a
varying levels
duplicate, if you have a
Right.
duplicate noble,
Right.
correct.
But other than that,
Correct.
playing
Yep.
for upgrades is not too worth it. So right now we're getting 1 noble, and I am first.
As of this moment,
I'll
yeah.
pass.
This one, yes.
I'll let other people decide.
That's pretty interesting. Okay.
Maybe we should have done
Whose
things a little
turn?
different. It's my turn.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is an interesting spot I'm in right now. I'll explain it to folks when it becomes my turn.
I will spend 1 and take this trading house that will let me spend money that I won't have.
Well, no, yeah. Right now, at the end of this round, it would.
Yes.
Correct, if you wanted to.
Do I earn my money for the round first?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I should have taken that. I didn't even see it.
Yes, it will.
Okay.
Yep.
Nicely done.
Okay, so on my turn, yeah, so let me explain this. So I have 3 nobles currently, okay? So 3 nobles will get me 6 points, whereas a 4th noble, which I have in my hand, would get me 10. However, I have the away with it card to get rid of it to where it won't cost me anything. It costs 12. I may not have the amount of money.
Sure.
I will, but if I didn't, I could always use the 4 for the 4 points instead of the money to get me the money to be able to get him out, because this is a guaranteed 4
Right.
points as
Same
opposed to
amount
the
of
other
points you're
way.
gonna get
right?
anyway.
So, moral of the story, I pass.
I'm using my warehouse to take.
Or your observatory. So what'd you draw? Show folks.
Sure one he doesn't have.
It
An
is
administrator?
Administrator, which costs 7.
We just have to make sure that Dave doesn't get another noble in the last round.
Oh,
That's-
I will.
Yeah.
Well, not right now.
Not right now, you won't.
I will.
Oh. Okay. All right. So
I'll keep passing until I have
Okay.
it.
I pass.
I pass.
Let's see.
Oh, he's just gonna keep buying cards.
Yeah.
That one is $2. Okay, I'll put that there.
For no other reason than just to make sure that a fourth card comes out, and everyone's going to pass again. Dave's going to buy the Potemkin Village for 2.
That's right.
Then I will,
I'm sorry, 1,
Oh, yeah.
and you get another $1 back. There you go.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yep.
right. Forgot
I
I
will
had the
not
blue
pass.
card.
Okay.
because I have enough to play both nobles in my hand and still have $16 left. And now, if I buy a card, I'll see 2 nobles.
Right.
So I'll buy the Customs House for 8.
Okay.
I will pass.
I too shall pass.
Unless the purple card comes out,
It's
Right.
true.
which I was thinking of too. So I was going to buy the custom house. I'm glad I don't have to.
There you go.
Dave?
I pass.
Pass.
All right. So here, we'll just clean this up a little. So end of blue scoring now.
Yep.
So go ahead and get rid of
4,
this.
6,
Yes.
8.
3 points for green. What do you got, Adrian?
I get,
A lot.
yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10.
And are you going to spend money for more?
And it's tempting, but no.
Okay.
I'm not.
For me, I will
I
go
get 8.
ahead and
8.
I'm just going to take the points
8
for the guild
points.
hall.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 5 for yellow.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Now,
The last 5. Yep.
Perfect.
And there's the sycophant. Okay. Which loses you money, but he's only 1. So
well, there's only one of these that I do not already have.
okay.
So, he just loses you $1.
Yep.
That seems fine.
And remember, you don't have to play
You don't
him
have to play
until
him.
until this phase. to
Oh,
where
so
he
I can just
doesn't
take him
even
in my
look- yeah.
hand. Okay.
Yeah.
If you've got room in your hand.
Which I
Right.
do.
And get your $1 back.
I didn't pay it.
Oh, okay.
Adrian.
I will spend the entirety of the $12 that I have to
The
take
secretary.
the. No, I will
Oh,
not.
no.
Because I already have a secretary. So that would be a poor
You
choice.
might as well take the author, probably.
Well, what does Dave have over there?
I have lots of stuff.
Thanks, Marcel.
not
Glad you
I
enjoy
ha-
it.
The only one I'm missing is the secretary.
Oh, so you would be stopping Dave's secretary.
Author, administrator. Yeah, I'm gonna take the secretary.
All right.
Okay.
I've got plans.
Hoping to. Oh, you have the upgrade in your thing already.
Yep.
I will pass
Very much regret not taking that now. That would have been
because I have those already. And to answer your question, Marcel, it'll be sometime after Essen. I'm not sure when.
I have an author, so it only cost me 3 for another.
All right.
Hoping to get an upgrade.
Yes.
Okay.
Skylar?
Which you're second in that. Because I have the, I'm first in the upgrade.
I'll play an author.
Okay. And Adrian?
And I will take an administrator into my hand. Just make sure.
Just remember, -5.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually played that. I should have put the sycophant into play because I needed room in my hand too.
Alright.
You still
I
can.
pass.
What?
You still can. Oh,
Dave?
Oh,
I'm
actually,
passing.
That was, oh, okay, good. I was gonna say it was stupid. I should have just played the author or taken the author, but it's fine. So I need this, and then I'll pay 3 for the author.
Well, wait. Did you pass?
No.
No, I
you
took
didn't.
it right into
Yep.
my hand.
Got it.
Adrian?
I will now pass.
I pass.
Pass.
Dave?
I'll play a secretary.
Okay. Adrian?
Pass.
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 Okay, so get your income, which is a total of 6.
16
For me.
10,
And 1 point.
21 for me.
18,
And 4 points.
4 points.
10,
And
20, 23.
And any points?
Yes.
2 points.
2. Useless. Pickpocket, I'll get into it in a minute. The chambermaid,
Wow.
the weapon master, and useless. All right, so the pickpocket is, there's only one of them. If you choose to play it, you have to play it at the start of a phase, i.e. when new cards are added to the board, so it's useless this game, but using it does not cost an action. If you played the pickpocket, you can buy or take a card in hand before the start player, so it's kind of a jump start to that round. Okay? Okay, so
Man, that was fortunate for you, Dave.
for me, actually, I am not going to play Kingmaker because I can't do anything with them. Well, you know what? I think Dave's far enough in back, so I am going to, in a sense, I'm going to go ahead and take the Chambermaid and upgrade for one, the Administrator.
Right. Well, the only king-making that would do is between me and Adrian.
Right, and so I'm just trying, that way it stays neutral.
Right.
So I'll pay that. That goes away and done.
I'm going to take the
And it gives me, no, it doesn't give me any
No.
points because the
Does
scoring's
nothing.
done. Right, yeah.
Weapon Master upgrade there. That
Yep.
cost me 4. There's a 10, so I get 6.
The only
Okay.
question would be, did that reduce you a multiple of 10 in money? Because then you would
No,
been
no,
losing
no,
points,
because
exactly.
I have $12. I
Right.
have $12 for the secretary.
Yeah.
And
That
that's it.
lost me
So-
a point, though,
All right.
by him doing that. Because that was a 6, right? No, it's an 8.
No,
It's an 8.
Yeah.
Same thing. It's
Same
total wash. So, Skylar, playing cards from your
okay, one
hand.
for the sycophant.
Okay. Okay, done. Adrian,
I will spend 7. So 10. And get 3 change.
Do an upgrade.
To play the Administrator.
okay. And for me, I will pay 12 to bring out the secretary. So nailed it to the penny. I have 0 rubles left. Dave, you're done, aren't you?
I'm done. Pass.
And Skylar, you're done.
Yeah, I
Adrian?
don't need to buy anything.
I will spend 4 to upgrade one of my secretaries to
Nice.
the Patriarch.
Which, well done. And then for me, my last action, and really the last action of the game, is to get rid of the away with it.
You may as well take the pickpocket and then use the way with it to get rid of it.
Right, yeah, right. Dave?
And congratulations, Skylar.
All right, so that's it. That's essentially the end of the game. So now we go into final scoring. So we'll do as we always do, worst to first. So we're going to go here. So right here, Dave, how many nobles do you have, sir?
Don't we do the money first?
Either, just
doesn't matter.
going in,
Oh.
left to right.
So I have 7 nobles.
So 7 nobles is a total of 28 points.
So 68.
Okay. There, and then how much money do you have left?
29.
Which is 2.9 points, which is 2
2
points. There. And
Briefly
Done.
tied for first.
Yes.
and no cards left in your hand.
Correct.
Yellow has a woeful 4, no cards left in my hand, and no money.
10 points.
So 4 will be a whopping 10 points. We're looking at 63, and done. Now we go to green.
I get 28.
All right.
For 7.
So
distinct
7 nobles, so 28, so 2, and you're looking at 26. So that's going to be 91.
Plus 3 more points for
Plus 30 bucks.
33
1, 2, and 3. And,
just rub
he's-
it in.
and no cards.
No cards.
And Adrian.
I've got 4 nobles for 10 points.
Yeah.
And I've got a whopping $5 left over. So
And
0
whoop,
there.
whoop. There we go. So Skylar, hashtag good teacher, 94 points. Adrian at 80. Dave at 70. And very, very good teacher. Thank you for playing. Oh, before we go into the final thoughts and the roundtable discussion, hold on, go ahead.
Oh, just barely.
I got to.
If only there was a video evidence of the final score.
He has to have it.
So
Oh my gosh.
here is the other side in the original is what it looks like. So 4 decks, no market, everything else works the same.
A race for the
Yes,
nobles.
there you go.
Yeah, it seems like it would be missing a lot.
But
Yeah.
this is what it was, and the market came out after the fact. So Skylar and Adrian, this is both of your first games, but your first stream. So Skylar, what do you think of Saint Petersburg?
I enjoyed it a lot. I would definitely play it again. I don't think I would ever play without the market.
And that's what
Yeah.
what we were saying at the
It
beginning.
feels like
There's-
there wouldn't be enough. in the game.
Because all it is then is a race for the nobles.
Right. And yeah. So I really liked it. I thought the like how the cards came out was interesting, that mechanic, and I enjoy engine builders, so this was and card driven games. So it was
Sure,
an easy
kind
win
of
for me.
a win all the way around. How about you?
A lot the same. I really like these type of games. I like engine builders in general. It's one of my favorite mechanisms in a game. I really enjoyed this one. I see what you mean with the importance of nobles. Those
I
points
did stress
really
that at the beginning.
Those
Right,
really do
right,
add up.
right,
It cost
right.
me the game there with Skylar jumping ahead by about 18 points. But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Okay, and it makes for, like I said, it plays well across the entire player count, whether it's 2 to 5. Obviously, as Dave said, I mean, I knew I was out of the game about the halfway point.
Yeah.
But that was due to this guy. It wasn't due to, random card draws. It wasn't anything like that. So how about you, Dave?
I have found that I do better if I get the warehouse earlier, and getting it the last turn was kind of disappointing. I tried a little bit different strategy, which is one of the things that's really nice about this game. I've played this probably 20, 25 times, and always played it with the market. No, never. I've started playing it without the market as soon as it came on. Tony got it real early, and Robin is unbeatable in this game, like she is in so many of them.
That being Tony's wife, former
Tony's wife,
co-host
yeah.
of Heavy Cardboard.
So, and friend of mine for over 30 years. So you can try different things. Obviously, you got to get your engine going there for money, or here is even better, but it's hard to do. And the other thing that I've learned is I've seen people win using this strategy here.
Being the buildings.
Building
yes.
the blues and just ignoring the
They're worth a
nobles.
lot of points.
They are.
I
So
can see
if
it
you
happening.
basically if you instead of the nobles, you go a building strategy to where you're not getting the huge influx of points at the end of the game, but you're getting them consistently throughout the entire game.
If the game had won another round, I might have won on that. I was getting pretty close to the most points in buildings.
Right.
And it would have given me a chance to catch up. You were near maxing out the
nobles.
nobles. And
Right.
so it would have given me a chance to maybe catch a couple of those to keep up with that.
Although the thing you have to consider is I was at 7.
Sure,
The 8th,
he
9th, and
had
10th noble
room.
are
It all
so
depends how
many
that came
points.
out,
Exactly.
but
It's
yeah,
crazy how many
But-
points the 8th, 9th, and 10th noble.
but you
the
would have been
po-
last by a noble.
But the point is, though, is there are other strategies. It's not just a definitive nobles. That's it. Boom, done.
For sure.
Right.
For sure.
And the market helps balance that. Now, you can't just win with the market, at least not in my experience. But that can be a supplement to either buildings or the nobles like that. So.
I'm also
go
curious
ahead, yeah.
myself, looking through this, there's like 6 different modules that come in the game. We obviously are playing with modules 1 and 2. I'm curious what some of those other modules do and how they might change the game. No.
Honestly, the next positive thing, we have never played with it, so let me preface that. But the next positive thing I hear about any of the other modules will be the first. So I've heard, the original one had New Society and the Banquet, which is essentially the 2 modules that we played with, which is the original, which pretty much universally is enjoyed. You can take out some of the purple cards if you don't like those, whatever, that's fine. However, the other modules, I haven't heard anything good. There's nothing to say we can't try it, at least for sure. But I just had not heard a whole lot of good things about it. But again, that's hearsay, so take that for what it's worth.
Okay.
So anything here from the Peanut Gallery? No, I guess that's it. All right, so everybody, we appreciate you all watching it, both live and after the fact. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, that whole deal down below. Don't forget, we have our Patron drive going on, pledgehc.com, if you want to support this and want to see these continue to happen with the as often as they're happening, then consider supporting the show over on pledgehc.com. Thanks to the 472 of y'all out there that do support the show. And that's it. We'll be back next week. So it'll be probably Tuesday with another live stream. So, Edward,
Adrian?
Banker Dave.
Skylar,
thanks, y'all. Take care.
see ya.